Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm on now. Let me know if y'all can hear me, cause I was working with ESPN Plus and it's been acting up. So I know it ain't my Wi-Fi. I'm on a good strong connection. So all right, all right. Here we go, y'all. Let me pull this stuff up. Dang, BJ, what you talking this junk, man? He said dogless for listening. Why you said shaking your head, BJ? Dang, man, like you really mad at this girl, huh? Why you said shaking your head, man? Fight ain't even over yet. Fight ain't even started. All right. Look at that. What's going on, Marcus? Marcus said, yo, time to focus it live and direct. What's going on, man? He said time to focus. Yeah, man, we're gonna call this last WMMA fight of the year for the UFC. Cheyanne Vlismas and Cory McKenna. It ain't time yet unless somebody gets knocked out here in this fight. We got Matthews and Simmelsberger, whatever his name is. Berger, he's getting hurt in this fight though. It could end at any time. Marcus said, looks like the UFC is giving JoJo a chance to try and salvage her career. Lou out of Carolina, right? That's not bad, man. Think about Luana, not Luana, but think about Cory McKenna. She's come up short in her fights. She hasn't really lost decisively. She hasn't lost decisively like um Valismus has, even though it's like one really big hit against Ruiz, as she kind of exposed her ground game at the time and her takedown defense. But you never know what could happen in this fight. Look at this, man. He said dogless Valismus. I don't think she a dog. Like, she just couldn't outdog Ruiz though. She just couldn't outdog Ruiz, man. So I ain't gonna say she ain't got no dog in her yet, man. All right, we got one more round of this fight, then we'll be getting to the main show on the prelims. Okay, third round. Do you know? All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, yo. We waiting on this last round. The boss, what's going on? He said, I'm going with Valismus. Same here. I was kind of on the fence, which I still am, because I mean they're both 7-2. They're both 7-2, and they both, have some strong skills about them. I just think that Valismus is more committed to her strength. I think Cory McKenna is still growing into a well-rounded fighter. I think she's closer to being a well-rounded fighter. But I just think that striking style of Valismus is going to be some trouble here. She's going to start fast too. She gets a little bit, explosive at times. With the right hands, and she mixes striking, her striking variety up too. So it could be a problem. But we'll see, man. James. The thing is, James, he's just saying she ain't got no dog. He just mad at her, man. She never showed that she didn't have no dog in her. So he just messing around. She just couldn't handle Ruiz's style at the time. But I mean, the girl fights though, man. The girl will fight. All right. Let me see. I'm just kind of messing around here before this last round ends here. Hmm. Let me see. All right, 34 more seconds in this round. Marcus said that fight can go two ways. Either Cory grapples Valismus to smother her striking, or she puts on a clinic. Pretty much. Lolita said, salute. Lolita, what's going on? I'm going to watch the last WMMA fight of the year for the UFC. And hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully it turns out to be a good fight. Let me see. What am I supposed to be looking for right now? I'm trying to look something up, but I keep forgetting. All right. Ooh, if JoJo loses to Lana Carolina, boy, I think it will be over then. Because that'll be what, 4 in a row? Would. Let's give it one more shot. JoJo. Let's see. She's lost to Lauren Murphy, Tyler, and Grasso. If she loses to Lana Carolina, that's 4 in a row. And that'll leave her 1-5 in the past 2 years. Oh, man. JoJo, come on now. Man, what is wrong with this? ESPN Plus is like crazy, man. No, it's back. Yeah, somebody like JoJo would just retire, I think. You know, she wouldn't even go back to Invicta because at that point there's really no purpose. You know what I mean? Like that was just like a part of her career where, you know, she was supposed to grow then, but I don't think she's the type to try to go back and grow at this point in her career. You know, she's already up there in fight years now and suffered a lot of wear and tear. Hasn't really improved too much. I actually think Angela Hill's improved a little bit more. And she's proven to be a little bit more durable, you know. Let's see, 36. Yeah, JoJo's 36 and what Angela Hill's like 37. So yeah, they're like in the same range, but at least Angela Hill's, you know, very much open to improving, even with all those losses. I am sick of ESPN Plus. What is wrong with this app? I think I just have to pull it up on my phone here. All right, y'all, that fight is done. Here we go. The featured prelim. Cheyanne Vlismas. Cheyanne Vlismas versus Cory McKenna. 7-2. Both of them are 7-2. This is a strawweight fight. Last one of the year. Dang, Cory McKenna's on her way to the octagon. They ain't playing. We about to start this thing. That fight just went off, and Cory McKenna is racing to the ring, man. She on a mission. I mean, she ain't running, but you know, she walking fast. She's already there. I like both of these fighters, though. You know, I think Cory McKenna is a very, you know, good, tough, young fighter. You know, she's still growing, but she also has a lot of, you know, potential to be well rounded at such a young age. You know, I like that. All right, let's see. Got that Vaughn flu choke in her last fight over Miranda Granger. 2 wins by knockout, 2 by submission. She got her contract season 4, week 2. Okay, 6 said he likes Valismus better. Yeah, I'm picking Valismus, but I'm not 100% confident in this one. Most of these unranked fights, I'm not. I like her style. C6 said Valismus got the grit in her. See, BJ, you wrong, man. He said BJ, she said she dogless, man. She got grit, man. She do got grit. I know my man was just a little bit mad, but it's all good. Marcus said, I missed your last stream due to falling asleep on one of Connor Sky's fights. Well, that kills your insomnia, right? All right, Valismus is on her way in. She is removing her pants, and now she's about to get in. Back-to-back wins, fastest head kick KO in strawweight history. 1 minute against Glory DePaula, third most significant head strikes in strawweight in a strawweight fight against Mallory Martin. So right there, you're looking at hand speed and you know, snappy shots, snappy strikes from this young lady. So I think Cory McKenna has a good jab, but you know what, she may be a little bit slower here. So we'll probably look to see her clinch up, make it a dog fight, stay on the inside, try to get this fight to the ground, get Valismus on her back. That's going to be her best bet. Yeah, JoJo Carolina is official. It is official. All right, tail of the tape. 27 Valismus, 23 Cory McKenna, both 5'3", both 115.5, both 7-2. 63-inch reach for Valismus, 58.5 for McKenna. That's a short reach, man. So let's see how that reach works out for Valismus in this fight. There's Uriah Faber, Team Alpha. Also has Macy Barber and Jan Janan in the camp. We'll see if it translates in this fight. All right, Chris Tyone. Let's go. Touch him up. Oh, she don't want to touch him up. Cory wanted to touch him up, but Valismus, I guess she don't want to touch him up. Okay, here we go. Round one, y'all. All right. Oh, nice right hand from Cory McKenna. Valismus landed the leg kick, but she ate a right hand from Cory McKenna. That was good timing. Okay, head kick attempt from Valismus. Misses. All right. Trying to land that little left hook as Cory McKenna steps in. She steps back out of range. All right, Cory with the feints here. Oh, little exchange in there from both fighters. Nothing too damaging. Oh, nice little jab from Valismus. Cory McKenna trying to close that cage off. She's trying to back her into the cage. That's what you got to do. Fighting off a jab. Okay, Cory McKenna's fighting off her jab a little bit. And Valismus, that's the one thing when she backs straight into the cage, that leaves her in that position to have to fight in the clinch like that and get smothered. All right, Cory trying to double jab her way in there. Ooh, nice leg kick there from Valismus. She makes it exit back to her range. We'll see Valismus start pumping that jab out now. Cory McKenna's actually letting her 1-2 go. They're not really like landing square, but they are in her face. Oh, nice left hook there from Cory McKenna. Quick hands from Valismus though. Oh, hard right hand from Valismus. She dips out at an angle. That's nice. Nice right hand. Ooh, nice little left hook on the outside there from Valismus. Ooh, hard leg kick there from Valismus again. Got a little red on Cory McKenna's nose. Oh, double jab from Cory McKenna. And this is good pressure from Cory, but she just got to keep her hands up because Valismus is going to come over the top with that right again. Oh, nice sharp jab from Cory McKenna. She threw a right hand into the shot with the jab. That's all right. Cory McKenna's jab is looking effective. I like it. She's popping it off. Valismus need to stick to her leg kicks. Stick to her leg kicks. There's another one from Valismus. Oh, nice sharp jab from Valismus. Oh, level change. Nope. Valismus denied that. Oh, a nice little left hook off that combination from Valismus. That's the only shot that really landed sharp. Oh, nice jabs there. Both fighters. Another jab from Cory McKenna. I can't believe Cory McKenna is the shorter fighter, shorter reach, but her jab is working. It's a little bit more effective here. Like Valismus hasn't like adjusted to it yet. There's a 1-2 there from Valismus, but Cory McKenna's jab is sharp. Oh, double jab. Oh, hard right hand, left hand from Valismus. Oh, nice body shot there for Valismus. She ends it with double jab upstairs. Dang. Oh, Valismus trying to go for the body kick. Cory McKenna, she caught it, going for the takedown. Valismus trying to get back up. No, she's down. Oh, Cory McKenna's got this round, I think. Yeah. She's got the top position. She's in the guard here. Let's see what she can do. I knew that was going to happen. She tried to go for one of them body kicks. That's why I didn't really say she needs to throw a lot of body kicks, because when she goes for one, Cory McKenna's going to catch it and get the takedown, man. Dang. 25 seconds to work. I see Cory McKenna trying to climb that guard. Nope, she can't because of the hip control from Cory McKenna. Keeping her head tight. Locking that body up. Okay, elbows from Valismus off her back. She trying to stay active. I'll give her that. But this is the position I knew she would get in at some point. All right. I gotta give that round to Cory McKenna off of the jab and them 1-2s and the takedown. Oh boy. All right, so back to it. Valismus has the land calf kicks. She's got to go back to the calf kick behind the knee. Do that damage behind the knee. And she's got to stick to the 1-2. Not too many body kicks. Maybe more right hands to the body, but can't keep on throwing them the body kicks like that because she'll catch them. All right, y'all. Make sure you hit that like button. We're still calling this fight. Oh, there it goes. There it goes again. I'm gonna be behind here, y'all, because every time ESPN Plus do something crazy. Come on. Oh, here we go. All right, round 2. Back in the center here. Oh. Trying to reach with that right hand. Cory McKenna catches that jab from Valismus. All right, now. I saw Valismus kind of dipping with her head down. Taking her eyes off her opponent. She can't do that. Oh, good sharp 1-2 from Valismus. Hard right hand. Ooh, and the kick behind the knee. There you go. That was a cracking right hand, boy. McKenna's got a good chin, though. All right, clinch up here for McKenna. She want to keep it here now because I think that right hand woke her up. All right, Valismus got her hands over the mouth there. She got the forearm in the neck for the separation. Can she get it? I don't know. Cory McKenna's strong now. Physically, she's strong, man. All right, got the back. Got her back to Valismus. Got her back to the cage. Cory McKenna got that head in her chin. Look at this separation. Can she get it? Oh, nice knee to the body from Cory McKenna. Oh man, let's see if Valismus can get this separation. I mean, Cory McKenna's got a good position. How she has her legs kind of squared up. If she wants, she could probably trip her up and get her on her back again. It's a dangerous position. Oh, good job. That was a good spread by Valismus there. Because her feet were squared up. She could have went down. Good control by Valismus. Separation. Ooh, good knees. Good knees. 3 big knees from Valismus. That tie clinch, boy. She got to separate. Oh, those are some hard knees from Valismus. Come on, get that underhook, Valismus. Let's see if Cheyanne can get it. Uh-oh. She trying to go for that single. No, she can't get that position. Cory can't get that position, though. She's just doing a lot of pressure in here. A lot of head control. If she could get one underhook, she could get that left underhook. She could reverse Cory to the cage, throw some elbows and forearms to her face, and then go back to the center. It was a good exit point when she threw them like 3 knees. So far, I still think Cheyenne's doing a better work here. Like, I think Cory's doing a lot of laying here. A couple good knees there from Cory. But, get off the cage. Oh, wow. Right back, man. Cory, like, separates and then goes right back in. Tell you, this is still a type of style. Oh, man, come on. I hate ESPN Plus. I hate it. How you gonna do that in the middle of a fight? There we go. All right, a minute 35 left. Oh, Cory McKenna trying to get dirty in here. Body shots. Valismus cannot get this separation more. Oh man. How the judges looking at this though? She dropping a level. Good sprawl there from Valismus. She got to keep that forearm in her neck right there. Keep that hand in the chin or forearm so she can separate. Yeah, there's a lot of control time, man. They're gonna give it to her because of that control time. Well, Valismus gonna need a knockout by the end of this round. All right, 40 seconds left. I knew this would happen too, man. I was like, if she starts to get outstruck, she has this other weapon. She has this other gear to pressure. Look at these knees to the body. When she lands these knees to the body, she got a break. Tie clinch. Now, she should just like kind of head toss her, like throw her out the way and move to the center. Uh oh. It's her round. Big takedown. Big takedown. Okay. Valismus is getting. Oh man, Valismus is getting worked in this clinch, and she shouldn't be. She's landing good shots, but what is she doing, man? Like there's plenty of times to exit. Oh man. All right. Cheyanne needs a knockout. This is how I see it right here. Valismus needs a KO. She needs a KO. I'm serious, man. She needs a KO. So see, this is what I'm talking about with this level of fighters, man. This is what I'm talking about. This level of fighters, it's like really hard to pick because they don't adjust enough. They don't adjust enough. Cory McKenna smiling. She knows she got this fight won. Look at this. She knows she got this fight won. Round 3. Let's go. Cory McKenna trying to walk her down a little bit. She ate a hard jab though. Cory McKenna hands high. I think she's trying to look for a knockout here. Head kick attempt. Ooh, Cory McKenna catches that leg. We going back to the cage. No, we going to the ground. Uh-oh. Valismus is going for the choke. Can she get it? No. Cory McKenna gave the thumbs up. She's okay. She can't get it under the chin. She ain't going to get it. Nah, she ain't going to get that choke. That was her only attempt at a submission. Now we got Cory McKenna back in top control here, who's probably going to stay here for the majority of the fight. All right. She's going to stay here the majority of the fight. And I think this is what we'll see. All right. Cory McKenna has got his top position. Head in the chest. Look at this. Back in the guard. Landing them punches. Getting this work in. Oh, Cheyanne, man. Cheyanne. So This is disappointing. It's disappointing right here. Make sure y'all hit the like button. You're like 23 people in here. Told you I was not confident in this pick at all. This is just the level that Valismus is lacking here. Work off her back. Look at this. Head control. Strikes to the face. What you gonna do? Is she gonna get that guard high enough? Nope, she ain't getting no armbar. She ain't getting no armbar on no Cory McKenna like that. I don't think that's gonna happen. Oh boy. Well, the well-roundedness of Cory McKenna is clearly showing in this fight. Great jabs, lack of defense, but great jabs, good clinch fighting, good takedowns, good ground game. She's bleeding from the nose, but something we'll work on, right? Defense in the future. Cory McKenna, she could go far, man. Like, I didn't expect it to be this big of a change as far as her IQ, but look at Cheyanne. She lacks a good, ground game, and also, she lacks the ability. She going for an armbar attempt. Actually, Cheyenne's been going for more submission attempts, but she just doesn't have that jujitsu to pull it off. She just ain't got that jujitsu to pull it off, man. Look at this, man. Got a minute 30 left. And Valismus is still on her back. This is what I was worried about with her, man. I was like, her back is not the best place for her to be in this fight. She should have been fighting off the jab from the jump. All right, now McKenna's still keeping that top position. She's keeping it. Oh, wow, this ground control has been crazy this round. 50 seconds left. Look at this control from Valismus. I'm from Cory McKenna. Valismus is just hanging on. I'd be like, girl, what you been working on? $30 seconds left. Elbows. Still working in that guard. Cory McKenna just whooped her this round. Let me just put it that way. She just spanked her this round. 15 seconds left. Cory McKenna is still got the top position. And Valismus is trying to work some elbows, but never. It's never going to happen. 30-27. I got a 30-27. I got a 30-27 for Cory. Oh boy, 30-27, 30-27, 30-20 freaking 7. All right, what were y'all talking about here? Let me pull this stuff back up here. I'm going all the way back up. Oh man, Mark said he's in a restaurant watching the fight right now. Wild Tiger in the building. What's up? I know BJ has he's really happy right now, especially with how pissed off he is at Valismus. Oh man, Valismus got him pissed off right now. So this is definitely a win-win for him. A fan of Cory, and he's pissed at Valismus. Ephraim said Cory almost had back control at one point. It literally worked to advance the guard. Everything was up for grabs for Cory. She could have pretty much did whatever she wanted. Wild Tiger says she's not watching the fights. Okay. All right, let's hear the scores. 29-28. I had it with 30-27, honestly. I had it 30-27, man. I didn't give Valismus a single round, man. Honestly. Yeah, I didn't trust Cheyenne's takedown defense pretty much. BJ said put Valismus in there, Ruiz. That already happened, man. That's already happened. And we already seen what happened. I mean, we could put her in there with Demopoulos. That's another good grappler. Jonathan Brown, what's up? He said JP Buys must be happy that Cheyanne lost. Ooh. Yeah. And to me, Mr. Brown, it was not 29-28. It was 30-27. I couldn't give her a single round. I thought Cory McKenna worked a good jab the first round and, fought well in the inside. Maybe Valismus did land a few more snappy punches, but I thought better control all around on the feet, on the ground, in the clinch was all Cory. Cory still got a lot of work to do too, but she's willing to do different things. So I could see her making it to a top 15 someday. She has more to work with. She has a lot more to work with. Yellow leader, I mean, you can see the level of striking, right? The level of IQ. You see how Lemos, she ended Ruiz with one punch. You know what I mean? She ended it just like that. But Valismus, she had a time with her. I mean, she had, styles make fights, but she could never counter. She backs straight into the cage. She accepts certain positions. She's not really assertive enough with her shots now. I can really see that. She can land hard punches, but she's not assertive throughout the whole fight. Lemos, hell, that girl will knock you out with one punch. And that's what she did to Ruiz. She sets him up beautiful. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing, man. You got to work on that defense and footwork. Oh boy, BJ said he about to drag her on Twitter. All right, come on, BJ. Don't you bigger than that, man. You bigger than that. The law speaks for itself, man. You say about to drag her on Twitter. All right, come on. The loss, I think the loss is enough. I mean, for real. I don't think she said anything else that was too bad, did she? Can you imagine Whaley versus Valismus, that fight? I can't even imagine that, Chin, because that's not even that's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. I can't imagine it because that's never going to happen. Seriously, I can't. I scored a 29-28 for Cory McKenna. Nah, I had a 30-27. And that was somebody who was picking Valismus, I had a 30-27. I like Cory McKenna's jab in the first round. I think it controlled it. Valismus was on her way to win in the second round when she was, landing some good right hands, but then she just accepted that position on the cage. Big takedown, got picked up in the air. All I said is that maybe you should have went and trained with McKenna and avoided this fight. Oh, come on. All you said? BJ still salty, one. BJ still salty. That's my man, but he over here still being salty. He said, I'm wishing bad on this girl. Come on now. I read what she said too, about them training together, but it wasn't like she really took it there. I didn't think she said anything too offensive. Sinks. I don't know whose bottom game is worse, her or Agapova. Probably Agapova because she has been submitted from those positions, right? And she has been like really, really stopped. So I'll say Agapova because she's actually been finished. But at least this girl still be kicking and squirming. his digs were, oh, come on, man. Oh, Gabrielle, she said Cory versus Demopoulos. I meant to read that. She said Cory versus Demopoulos and Valismus versus Oliveira. Good fights to make next. Shoot, Maria Oliveira might have a chance. You know, she avoid head kicks. She might have a chance, and then she might go in there and throw a bunch of volume strikes and bag Valismus up. I mean, I'll still pick Valismus in that fight, but still, Cory McKenna versus Demopoulos. I will go with Cory in that one. But if it goes to the ground, you know, Valismus is very. Demopoulos is very sharp when it comes to her groundwork. Chin over here talking about Valismus and Wei Lee, man. Like my brain can't even register that. She said that's why I said imagine. You can't imagine it. You can't even imagine that because it's not. I mean, I know the imagination doesn't even go that far. The imagination won't even push to that limit because it makes no sense. I mean, flying in the air, a human flying doesn't make sense either. I mean, just jumping out and flying, but I can imagine that better than I can Wei Lee taking on Valismus. I can't even picture it. I don't even think if I had the UFC fight game, it would let me pick those two opponents to face off. BJ said Demopoulos would KO Valismus, and I'm down to see it. I want to really see he'll put a clinic on her. Come on, BJ. Now you're talking with salt right there. Demopoulos would KO Valismus. Zaman said Cory McKenna and Demopoulos already fought. Did they? How long ago was this? Was this like amateurs or was this like pre? I know it had to be pre UFC. Must have been amateurs or something. Oh yeah, it was yeah. That's right. It was a contender show. That's right. It was a contender show. That's right. Yeah, because I picked Cory to win. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Gabriella. They did fight. They fought in the contender show, and Demopoulos lost. Yeah, so Cory McKenna, you know, she could uh, maybe step it up and fight somebody else. y'all are bashing this girl. Y'all are crazy. Oh man, I mean, I ain't got to say nothing because what's happening is being done. I mean, that's enough for me. I mean, I was going for her, but I'm just saying, like, hey, whatever happens to her happens because what you put into the gym is what's going to come out, right? Piero Rodriguez versus Valismus. That's a good fight. But again, Valismus, I don't think she can handle that ground game. Oh, Bruno Brazil, that's my girl right there. That girl right there, man, she has some skills. I'll take that fight. Bruno Brazil, boy, she kind of hit like a lamos with them kicks, man. Still early to tell, but you know what I mean. All right, this Canyoneer Strickland, the main card is starting now. So I don't know. I might leave the stream running here for a minute, but I got to get something to eat. Valismus versus Joanna on Joanna's return. Don't do Joanna like that. Come on, man. Don't do Joanna like that. You know, Joanna's better than that, man. Come on. Cory McKenna versus Lupe Godinez. That's a good fight. That's a good one. McKenna and Godinez. Corey's got some, good things going for him, man. Like, that's not a bad one though. But I'm telling y'all, like I said, man, these these strawweights, man, they still got me in question, like where they stand. Like nobody really blows it out the water yet, like some of them early girls did. BJ said, I'm done with Valismus. Okay, I know you are. He said, I'm done with Valismus. You been done with her, man. We know that. You mad at her, boy? I mean, you mad, dude. Come on, man. It's all good. Yeah, you ain't the one that took an L tonight. We gotta chill out. BJ said he was done. Okay. Ernest said, "Did you see them book Laura Saragova for Bellator and the CBS next year combo?" Yeah, I did. I like that. Laura continues to kind of fall down the rankings. She's a number 10 now. So yeah, she's gonna be a fight for Saragova. I mean, I like Laura, but I think that's where she stands now. She's been losing each level. She lost to what is her name? Not Denise Kielholtz, but Deanna Bennett. She lost to Deanna Bennett. She lost to Kana Watanabe. So now she's gonna become like a gatekeeper for Azargova. Laura got to win that one though. She's got to win that fight. Brian said, "What happened to the open link last night?" I was only on for like a little bit yesterday, and Robert Henry said he wanted the links, but he never came through. So I just said, I'm done. Valismus versus Lucindo. Ooh, that girl be banging, boy. Yasmin Lucindo, and she is a firecracker. I might have to go with Lucindo in that fight. Yasmin Lucindo gonna come through there trying to knock you out. Avzaragova, yeah, she can beat her, I think. I mean, Avzaragova is only like what, 4-0 right now. She hadn't really proven herself yet. Like to me, she hasn't really like done something great yet. I always thought her and Valerie Lareda were going to fight at some point, but Valerie Lareda, she's done now. All right, we got Brundage and what is his name? Oleksiuk. I'm gonna I might get some food here in a minute, and then I'll just leave this thing on for a little bit. Or what I'm gonna do. I gotta eat something. But BJ, if you feel free to click on this link, you can. Give me your thoughts on tonight's fight, or give the chat your thoughts on tonight's fight. And I'm gonna step away and eat something for a little bit. Usually don't do it like that, but I said, you know what? I put the link in the chat this time. So if anybody wants to click on it, they can. As long as no weird troll clicks on it. Dang, that was with the quickness, boy.
Yo, it's the GOAT.
He clicked with the quickness.
I'm not gonna be in here long because I got so much to do tonight, man. I'm setting up for I'm having Christmas brunch. My whole family's coming over tomorrow about noon time. So I'm getting my house together, got everything together. But I just want to say, there was some comments in the comment section saying, oh, this is a stagnant fight, or McKenna's not doing too much. Well, McKenna was doing. Y'all got to realize McKenna got the shortest reach in the UFC. You know what I'm saying? These are against a long rangey fighter. These are the type of fights that fighters like McKenna have to take. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these are the fights that she has to fight. These are the strategies that she has to use to avoid getting knocked out, to avoid taking these big shots. You've seen what happened when they were at space. You know what I'm saying? Valismus was pinned. She was a sniper with those punches on McKenna. You know what I'm saying? McKenna can't stand there like she did with Elise Reed, you know what I'm saying, and take that type of punishment, knowing that she has a shorter reach. So what does McKenna do? You know what I'm saying? She applies the pressure. She walks Cheyanne down. She takes Cheyanne down and dominates her. That was a great strategic move by Cory McKenna. Now, whether it was aesthetically pleasing to you or not, you know what I'm saying? That's out of the question, whether it was aesthetically pleasing to you. Now, if you were so mad at what McKenna was doing, the blame should have been placed on Cheyanne Vlismas as to what she wasn't doing. You know what I'm saying? Right. Instead of saying, oh, McKenna this, McKenna that. Well, what is Valismus not doing? You know what I'm saying? Right. It should be up to Valismus to get up. You know what I'm saying? To stop the takedowns of Cory McKenna. Valismus, you know what I'm saying? Cory McKenna was able to hold Valismus against that cage for a very long time and work for those takedowns. She had every opportunity in the world to make something happen, to scramble, to get away from that. She chose to stay and fight McKenna in the clinch. That's Cheyanne. That's a fight IQ problem. So let's not, dummy down what Cory McKenna did in there as a 23-year-old fighter. You know what I'm saying? Let's you know what I'm saying? The IQ was on point. So yeah, that's all I had to say about that fight, bro, because I couldn't let that slide with them dragging McKenna like this is an Invicta level fight or whatever. Well, if Cheyanne Vlismas is this great striker and great, Joanna Young J-Tech wouldn't have allowed Cory McKenna to hold her against the cage like that. Angela Hill wouldn't have alled Cory McKenna to hold her to the cage like that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So right. I mean, so who's really who should be getting the blame here? Cheyanne Vlismas.
BJ, you always take it too far.
How was that taking it too far? That's speaking facts. Cory McKenna did what she had to do in there.
Somebody
got YouTube. Somebody mute YouTube out here. Echo.
It's Brian Williams.
No, I got it muted and pause.
What you got?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to bring Joanna, Joanna wouldn't allow that to happen. Come on, man. This
Joanna's a fighter.
Joanna is a former champion. It's levels to it.
Angela Hill wouldn't have allowed.
Top 10.
Angela Hill.
Top 10 fighter.
So what?
Hey, you doing me like James Prince.
You must be drinking that. You must be drinking that Cheyanne Vlismas tea. You know what I'm saying? Not comparing fighters in the same organization, in the same division. Bro, you gotta hold. We gotta hold these fighters now. I'm not with that. You gotta hold these fighters to that championship standard, bro.
BJ, you doing me like James Prince, bro.
Listen, man, I'm not doing you like James Perez.
If you let me finish my sentence.
Okay, go ahead.
If you let me finish my statement,
get it out.
You might understand. Listen. To put Joanna's name. I'm sorry. To put Valismus' name. Who is that?
We are getting echo because I'm on mute.
I'm on mute. Yeah, I'm having you up. But anyway, to put Valismus in the same sentence with Joanna and Angela Hill, giving her a level, it's just taking it too far, man. Of course, Joanna and Angela Hill wouldn't allow Cory McKenna to do that to them. All right, sure. And yes, you're right, BJ. It's on Valismus to get off the cage. It's actually a fight IQ issue. I 100% agree. But at the end of the day, I think this fight shows both of their levels because Valismus showed that she couldn't get off the cage, and McKenna showed that she couldn't do anything with that position. Now she did a fine job.
She could hold that position. Though. She could hold that position.
BJ, let me finish.
Well, hello. Well, anyway, like I was saying, I don't know where Brian Williams went to.
Okay.
But you can't 100 at 125 pounds and 135 pounds. You can't hold all of these fighters in those weight classes at championship level. You know what I'm saying? Expecting them to rise up and fight with championship. Well, yeah, you got muted, so it's my turn now. You know, you can't hold every other fight in every other division to that championship level and compare them to the best of the division. But all of a sudden, now that we're talking about Cheyanne Vlismas, we can't compare her. No, you got to hold. The difference between me and some of these other people is I hold all of these fighters to that championship level. You know what I'm saying? I expect all of these fighters. I expect all of these fighters to go in here and perform. The goal here is the belt. The goal here is the belt. The goal here is to go in here and show the absolute best of your skill set. You know what I'm saying? So I'm holding them to that expectation. I'm not going to say, I can't. You mentioned the Cheyanne Vlismas in the same mouth as Joanna Young. So what? But Cheyanne Vlismas needs to be fighting on that level. That's how it is to me, man. I don't pity pat around these fighters, bro. I keep it real. All of these fighters should be held. All of these fighters in these divisions should be held to the same standard, according to me.
She ain't even near being ranked, DJ.
She's in the UFC and she's in the strawweight division. That's enough for me.
You're not really to expect her to fight as well again. All right, how come Cory McKenna didn't ragdoll Cheyanne Vlismas like say Jessica Andrade would have? You ain't mentioned that.
Because Jessica Andrade is not the same fighter as Cory McKenna.
Oh, come on, BJ. Now you're just picking and choosing. Come on. You so mad at Cheyanne for what she said earlier in the week that you somehow think I'm trying to defend Cheyanne. I'm not trying to defend
You're wrong again. You're wrong again. No, you're wrong. You're wrong because I'm a Cory McKenna fan. You're wrong. I'm a Cory McKenna fan. So let's not get that twisted.
BJ, you can be a Cory McKenna fan and mad at Cheyanne Vlismas at the same time.
I'm glad y'all know more about how I'm thinking than I do. I'm glad y'all can tell me how I think and how I'm supposed to think more than what I do.
So BJ, you not mad at Cheyanne?
Listen, I didn't give a damn about Cheyanne Vlismas before the Twitter incident, and I don't give a damn about Cheyanne Vlismas after the Twitter incident. But what I can't sit back and let y'all. I'm talking. I'll let you talk. It's my turn. It's my turn. But what I'm not gonna let y'all do, what I'm not gonna sit by and watch y'all do, is say that Cory McKenna is below average for that performance just because your fighter got manhandled and beat up in there. That's what it looks like to me.
BJ,
I can't sit back. I'm not finished. I can't sit back and let y'all do Cory McKenna like that. So you can he all you want to, but no, you can't tell me how I'm supposed to think and what I should think. I'm gonna think what I want to think. It is what it is.
It is what
I'm talking about. He had no filter tonight. But BJ, I think I know where you're coming from when you bring Joanna up, because I believe I agree with what you're saying about Joanna. Like, even Joanna, before she had the belt, wouldn't accepted that position. That's what made her a championship level fighter.
Exactly, Combo.
Like, when I seen her back in like 2013, 2014, she would never been in that position. That's what made her like stand out to say, this girl gonna be champion. See, when I saw Cheyanne in this position, I was hella disappointed, because I said myself, like, yeah, somebody like Joanna back in the day before she touched the belt, she wouldn't have been in that position. She would have been knocking Cory McKenna around. She would have been using that tie clinch to get back to the center and control the fight. That's why I was so disappointed in this girl. And I was picking her. But what I saw was not a level of being on my triple threat ever.
That's exactly that. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. The statement I made is what it is. Like it is what it is. You know, like Brian trying to find holes in what I'm saying and trying to pick it apart. No, it's black and white. Other fighters in the division, the best of the best in the division, don't accept positions like that. You know what I'm saying? That was a poor. That wasn't a poor. Brian, you were the one in the comments saying that Cory McKenna didn't look the best in this fight. No, the poor skills, the poor showing was Cheyanne Vlismas. Whether the Twitter incident happened or not, she looked like garbage in there tonight. Cory McKenna worked her in there tonight. It is what it is. Cory McKenna worked her in there tonight.
Check the receipts, BJ. I was on top of Cheyenne's head, calling her, talking about her low fight IQ. So you spinning this narrative like I'm a Cheyanne Vlismas fan and I'm all on Cheyenne's team.
It don't feel good to it don't feel good to have your narrative spun around, does it? Because the way you just spun, like way you was trying to spin my words around a minute ago, it don't feel good, does it? It don't feel good, does it? No, you tried to say no. You threw the Jessica Andrade example at me and tried to trip me up, bro. You ain't gonna trip me up, bro. You never gonna trip me up, ever. You never gonna trip me up, homie. You never gonna trip me up. Well, you tried. Oh, you tried. But you know, no, you tried.
If I tried, because you actually didn't even address it. So. We'll move on from that.
No, I did address it. Check my receipts. Rewind the video.
How did you address it, BJ? You said Andrade is not the same fighter as McKenna, and Valismus is not the same fighter as Joanna. So it's a valid point. It's a valid comparison. It's a valid example.
You're talking about what I'm saying. No, what I was saying was I'm holding these fighters to a championship level. You know what I'm saying? I hold every fighter to that same level. If you in the UFC, you need to be able to do this. And what I said was championship level fighters with that, you know what I'm saying, with that skill set that go in there and show us what's up. You know what I'm saying? They don't accept positions like that. They don't do that. They don't accept positions like that. And Joanna was the example I used because she's one of the best in the division. You know what I'm saying? So, Marina Rodriguez wouldn't have accepted that position against the cage like that and gave somebody as small as Cory McKenna that much time to work.
And my point is, they aren't on that level. So neither McKenna or Valismus are on that level of the fighters that you compare them to. Now, I understand where you're coming from in talking about a championship level and where they should be, where you would like to see them, but their current level is not that level. And so my point was comparing Valismus to Joanna is not a fair comparison at all. Not even a little bit. She ain't even anywhere close to that level. So
but y'all compare every fighter in 125 to Valentina though.
No, we don't. I don't.
Yes. Oh, yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do. It may not be you,
you know better,
but it does.
You know better, BJ. You know better, BJ. You know better. Don't do it. Don't do that. You know better.
Okay.
You know me better.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, and so I agree with your point. If Cheyanne was a better fighter, she wouldn't have allowed Cory McKenna to hold her up in that position. And it's clear that she's not that good a fighter because she was doing the wrong things to try to get out of the position. Even when she had separation, she chose to stay engaged when she, as a striker, should have been separating and coming back to a range to implement her game plan. So she just showed her level of IQ in that regard, and she showed her level of skill in the fact that she wasn't digging underhooks to get off the cage. I wish Two Beast was in here. And again, if you go back and check the chat, I was on her head for that kind of stuff. So I'm not in here defending Cheyanne against you. In fact, if you go back and check the chat, I just said, BJ, Cheyanne should have been worried about her fight and not worried about what you were saying about on Twitter earlier this week. So
Yeah,
it's not
Brian.
that at all.
Yeah. That's your narrative now, Brian. But at first, you tried to trip me up at first. You tried to come. Yeah, yes, you did, Brian. Listen, yes, you did. I've been doing this for a long time. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. It's okay though. It's okay. Listen,
I'm not trying to trip
you gotta own it. You gotta own it.
You're going too far. I didn't try to trip you up on anything.
You gotta own it, bro. You gotta own it.
Why I gotta try to trip you up?
You gotta own it, bro. You gotta own it.
I don't need to try to spin something just to say that I disagree with you.
That y'all listen. A lot of people talk about. Let me put it like this. A lot of people talk about Casey O'Neill. A lot of people talk about other fighters that are like subpar fighters and can't do this and can't do that. Well, if Casey O'Neill is on that list, you need to add Cheyanne Vlismas to that damn list. You need to add Mackenzie Dern, this, that. Add Cheyanne Vlismas to the list of people who can't defend a damn takedown. Period. That's all I'm saying. She can't fight. She can't. She's one-dimensional. She's very one-dimensional. She has no ground game.
BJ, I agree with you. I would say she's not on Casey O'Neill's level. What's your problem with that?
He has no ground game. Just feed her. If Jillian Robinson going to 115, feed her to Jillian Robinson. That'd be a great neck to snatch. I'm going hard on Cheyanne Vlismas. It is what it is. But no, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it like that. But it is pretty sad. It is pretty sad. Listen. It is pretty sad to see her controlled by somebody as small as Cory McKenna like that. It was kind of shocking because I was worried about Cory McKenna in some of those positions. You know what I'm saying? Especially at range. But to allow Cory McKenna to walk you down like that when she is Brian, you got so much Brian, mute your mic, bro. You gotta learn that live stream etiquette, bro. You gotta learn that live stream etiquette if you're gonna be on here, homie. But to let Cory McKenna allow her to walk her down with a much shorter reach, and that was wild. To me, that was wild.
I agree. 100%. I agree with you.
Chin said Cory got some T-Rex arms. Facts, she does. Chin said a lot of these girls can't grapple. That's the truth. That is the truth. A lot of these girls can't grapple, but the girls that can grapple get hell for not being the best strikers. It's so weird, Chin. It's so weird. The girls who can grapple get so much hell for not being the best striker. But the girls who can strike and can't grapple, they get a pass. They get a pass. It's the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life.
So BJ.
What's up?
So let me just ask you. And I'm, again, really, when I'm talking about the cage fighting between Valismus and McKenna, I'm really just talking about the second round. Okay? I'm really just talking about the second round and how that second round played out. Because Cory did, once the fight got to the ground, she dominated her in, like, to me, in good fashion. Like, she showed a level of just being ahead of the game, being a step ahead of Valismus. Now, I think if Cory was a better fighter, she probably would have finished him. But if we just looking at the cage fighting, and we take Cheyanne's inability in that scenario, do you think that if Cory McKenna was a better fighter, that she could have done more with that position? Because to me, she didn't do anything with the position.
Yes, I do think that if Cheyanne Vlismas, she didn't just fall flat in this fight. She was doing really good things from her back. She was throwing up submissions. She was threatening submissions. So, I mean, it's not like Cheyanne Vlismas didn't do anything to, you know what I'm saying? There were reasons why Cory McKenna couldn't finish her on the ground. Is because Vlismas was threatening. You know what I'm saying? But if she was 100%, some people get on the ground like that and don't threaten. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so that a lot, like Cory McKenna got a finish in her last fight because the girl she took down wasn't threatening anything from the ground. You know what I'm saying? So Cory was able to move into position and finish the fight. Versus Cheyanne was squirming. She was switching her hips. She was throwing up submissions. She was getting close to locking stuff up. She had Cory twisted up a couple of times. There was some resistance on the ground. Cory met some resistance on the ground. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? But nah, being on the cage like that, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Montana got hell for that. Cheyanne Vlismas gonna get hell too. So.
Hey, real quick, appreciate Wild Tiger 20 spots. He said, I don't care for the flyweight division. It's not worth the hype. In my personal opinion, I feel like when these girls get up there, they won't call out the bullet. I'm honestly not that hyped for the women's weight classes. Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, I am. I like the division. I mean, I separate myself from Shevchenko, but I think overall it's still a good division. You know, I think the women's weight classes are good, regardless. Regardless of how you feel about that. But the bantamweight division needs work, of course. But yeah, I think there's still some good fights in there. Good fighters, period. You know, especially strawweight. You know, that's a great division. Speaking of strawweights too, I'm about to grab something to eat here. Cynthia Calvillo's moving back down. What are y'all thoughts on that?
Is she?
Yep. Just posted it up.
I mean, what are we supposed to be excited for that?
Well, she said that like a while back, but she went right back to flyweight, right?
I was about to say, isn't this like the second or third time she said she was going back to 115?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe like 15, number 15.
I mean, I don't know. I think maybe she feels like, so Cynthia Calvillo is a lot older than people really think because she got a baby face. Cynthia is like 34, 35 years old. She don't have a whole lot of time left, so she feels like, you know, she's gonna try to make a run for a title. Maybe she feels like, you know, if she goes back down to 115, she'll have a weight advantage. But because it didn't pay dividends for her to go up to 125, she was actually having success in 115. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I think at her age, you know, trying to get down to 120, 115, and she was having issues when she was younger. I don't know. But ultimately, I agree with BJ. Should we feel any kind of way about that? I mean, I don't know.
We'll see what she can do. Let her fight Valismus. But anyway, Brian, who do you think that Valismus and McKenna fight next?
You know, I thought Gabby had a couple of good fights that she mentioned. I like the Valismus versus Oliveira fight. I think that's a striker's delight. I think it gives Valismus something. I think it gives Valismus the opportunity to fight somebody that she don't have to worry about taking her down. The same thing with Oliveira. She has the opportunity to fight somebody that she don't have to worry about taking her down.
I say let Ashley Yoder beat up at Cheyanne Vlismas. Let Spider Monkey beat her up right quick. Spider Monkey will get the job done.
Yeah, probably.
I'm down. I'm always down for an Ashley Yoder fight, for real. That fight with Ashley Yoder and Mackenzie Dern, that was a great damn fight. That was a great fight. That's one of my favorite fights in the strawweight division is Mackenzie Dern versus Ashley Yoder.
I might have to rewatch that fight. I don't remember it. I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, it was a good fight, man. Mackenzie
Dern forced
Mackenzie Dern forced Ashley Yoder to fight. You know what I'm saying? And it was a great fight. Listen, guys, I gotta get out of here though. Listen, I was just coming on to troll y'all for a little bit. I gotta dip. I'll holler at y'all folk later though.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was hoping Sync or Lolita would jump in or somebody else. because I'm much more interested in hearing than myself. So, but anyway, Combo, you still there? Combo gone? It can't just be me. Let's guess Combo say he coming back for the main event. Keep talking, Rennie. Keep talking about what? What we got to talk about? Let's see. I guess I didn't mention who I thought Cory McKenna should fight next. I think she deserves a fight up now. Maybe Demopolis. I'm trying to think who else is down there strawweight, unranked yet, because she certainly doesn't deserve a ranked fighter yet. Well, Tiger, the link is in the chat. You can jump on too. James Perez ain't here, so you ain't got to worry about that. Yeah, that's sad, Lolita. Like I said before, I wish divorce is horrible and they have a child involved, so I wish them nothing but the best on both sides. Hope they can keep it amicable and, keep the kid at the forefront. Don't let their personal feelings detract from what they need to do for that child, because the child did not agree to any of that. Let me ask y'all, since we always talking about pay-per-view fights and pay-per-view draws, like, name a fighter that if you had to pay to see them fight every time, who would you pay to watch fight every single time? Just one fighter. I'm interested. I'll give you all mine. I think if I had to, who would I gladly pay top dollar, or at least the pay-per-view bucks to watch fight every time in the women's divisions? I would have to go with Amanda Lemos. TJ said need an answer off. Back when she was answer off. Yeah, for me it would be Amanda Lemos. I think because she's just got a style that is ferocious, is calm. It's, forgive my simping, it's sexy. Yeah, that's my pick. Of course, Chen would say Wei Li. I knew that was coming. But why? Why would y'all say? Why y'all picking these fighters? And by the way, the link is in the
He
chat.
asking a serious question. Y'all be serious, man. Listen to y'all talking about Manny Bone. Come on, TJ.
TJ gonna be TJ. Welcome back, Combo. I hope I held it down for you well while you were gone.
No, you still holding it down because I'm not back yet. I'm still eating. But for real question. What do y'all think? We know if James was here, he would say Valentina. But who would y'all pay to see if you had to watch? If you had to pay every single time to watch a fight, who would you pay to see? I agree with you on Lemos. I would pay to see Lemos, and I pay to see Lemos. I would pay to see Wei Li. I would pay to see Andrade. But then again, I don't know because Andrade, you might get cheated because it's only gonna last like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
No, I would still pay for Andrade. I think she's earned it.
I would too. Chen said Nunez. Yeah, man, I think it. And Chen said Andrade. One know you say Andrade. Whaley, Amanda Nunes, Baby Nunes must be talking about Josiane. That's from TJ. Yeah, man. I mean, if you look at the names that are on there, I gotta figure the common denominator is just excitement. Because at the end of the day, most of us on here are like hardcores, but I think we all still, at the end of the day, we want to see an entertaining fight. And sometimes the best entertainment is watching somebody get knocked out. Yes, Rainey, I'm definitely picking Canyoneer. I think Strickland's about to get slept. But it could go the other way too. Marcus Bell, the legend. If you had to pick one of those, if you can only pick one, who would it be? And who's going to step up and take the link? Who's going to take the link? Sink was in here a while ago. I don't know what happened to him. The link came out and Sink went away. TJ, like, I don't know why TJ hasn't been on in a while. One of the first time when I first started subscribing to Combo and being what I considered regular on the chat, one of the first ones, I think TJ and Stamina took the link with Combo. BJ might have been in there too. And back then, I thought that was just the norm. And they talked like they were old friends. Me too, TJ. Well, Tiger said, dude, Amanda Nunes punching striking power is a different breed. If I ever fought Nunes, I would pray to the Lord. Even I'm too small for her, but still, Nunes on Matrix roids. That's funny. Well, Tiger, what's up with your trade? How's this coming? I don't know. I would watch JoJo for free, but she once upon a time, I'm like Combo. I feel the same way about Combo. I mean about JoJo's Combo. She used to be one of my favorite fighters, but unfortunately, the game has passed her by. She is a little bit out of her depth at this point. Those pillow fists just ain't enough to get it done. TJ done brought up Nina Ansaroff twice. You don't have to worry. She's retired. She, resigned to her role as the stay-at-home mom. What y'all think about Tisha Torres taking time out to have a baby? Y'all think it's the right decision? Well, I'm sorry. If you had to choose one between Rocky and Tisha Torres, I wonder how that conversation went down. Like, I wonder how they decided who would actually carry and who would, continue their role as a fighter. No. TJ, we don't know who the pappy is. I don't think that's information is public. If it is, it still ain't none of our business.
Got 6 in here.
Say again?
Got another guest in here. What's up, 6? Maybe his mic's not hooked up. He clicked on the link though.
Oh, that's cool. 6 McLovin Sticks. I gotta ask him how he came up with that tag.
Can you hear me?
So they turn it around quickly. They put Jamal Hill and over Teixeira on the marquee for the vacant.
He's 6. You there? It take a minute to get used to StreamYard to figure out how to how to unmute your mic and instead of hook up your audio was best. Who else gonna take the link? Who else is gonna take the link? I'm dying to hear Marcus Bell's voice. To me, Marcus Bell sounds like Keith David in my mind. Y'all know who Keith David is.
That's good. If he sounds like Keith David, I'm gonna pay him how much ever money he wants to record just the weather forecast every day or something.
Don't laugh at it, man. Jump in. Hey, Rennie, I forget what side of the world you live on, because whenever we on the chat, you're always out of pocket, driving or work.
All right, 6 is back again. What's up, 6?
What's up? You can hear me?
A little bit. Can you turn your volume up just a little bit?
Yo, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Can you hear him, Brian? Because
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in the back, so y'all can chat it up a little bit.
All right,
Yep.
right. Yeah.
What's up to the brother?
Oh, what's up, brother? Yes,
Not
sir.
much.
Yes, sir. So what are you saying about the fights tonight? You liking the fights tonight?
Man, to be honest with you, I'm not even watching.
No.
Yeah, I was, but I'm on the stream
Okay.
on StreamYard on my phone, and then I got my laptop on YouTube, so I can look at the chat.
Okay. They're lackluster anyway. I'm just waiting for the main event. Yeah. The main event is what I'm waiting for.
That's
Other
why
than
that's the only fight I had interest in too.
Yeah, this fight is it's lacking some fights.
That the last fight that I saw was what's the kid's name that just got finished? Let me see if I can get back to it. Is it a fight on right now?
No.
Yeah, in the break.
Yeah.
Who you got in the Canyoneer Strickland fight?
Yo, Canyoneer gonna knock that guy out.
Oh man,
gonna knock him. He gonna knock him. That guy too fierce, yo. Compared to Strickland. Strickland is just a cool, calm, collected type of dude. He's like that gym, that good guy in the gym. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
Where you from, bro?
From Toronto.
Okay, Toronto, really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I thought I was getting a Caribbean accent.
Yeah, we all talk like that out here.
Is that right?
Yeah, if you're from the hood, we all talk like that.
Okay. I used to. I haven't been to Toronto in a while, but I used to go through quite a bit.
Yeah, I know y'all.
Back in the day.
You're from States, no?
I'm from Detroit. Yeah.
Okay, so y'all love that Caravana. I must have seen you guys here at one time in the Caravana.
Oh boy.
Yes, sir.
That's all.
Yes,
look,
sir.
That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, you know it is. That's like we become little America in Toronto when Caravana comes around, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's good time. People don't know about it. A lot of people, that aren't up from up that way, they don't really know about Caravana.
Yeah. It's all good though. It's still a good time.
It is.
Yeah. So you're
Oh, Drew
saying like
Dober is
overall?
about to fight.
Yeah, he is. I know. Drew Dober.
So since you on, man, go back to the that question I asked about if you had to pay every time to see a single
Whaley,
female MMA
Whaley.
fighter. Let's go with just
Come
UFC.
on, let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real. Okay, like Whaley's the only one out there that you're paying to see fight right now, just because they
That's true.
market her the right way. All these other
Yeah,
girls that you see fighting, they're like, WWE when they have these filler fighters back in the day. Like that's what these girls remind me of. Like none of them has worked on their brand. Your skills, but that's just half the package of being a complete UFC fighter. That's why you have like all these PFL leagues and Invicta because they're not marketable. Like they're just good fighters, And if you're a purist, that's good for you. You can enjoy it. But as for the average fighter, like they're looking for superheroes. You know what I'm saying? Like people that are like of the norm. Out of the norm. That's what's really selling this sport. That's what I'm saying. We've grown so much. Like we were accepting average Joes back in the day when it came to UFC one and all that. But nowadays, like
you still there? I think Six got cut off.
people just
Yeah.
you can hear
Oh,
me?
he's
You
back.
still there?
You can hear me?
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying like people pay to see Freak of Nature. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is right now. Like people want to see King Kong versus Godzilla. People don't want to see like what I'm saying? If it's not ringing bells, it's like okay, I'll wait till you get your time. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. Like that's just for the average viewer. For purists, yeah, I like to see them come up because we like it's like collecting shoes. You like to get shoes before what I'm saying it gets hype. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah.
like a collector. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a purist. I like to watch people growing up talent, but if I were to pay for anything, I'm paying for that like showstopper match. Get my money's worth. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the real. Like you're not going there to pay like there's shows like people put on like average artists that will put out regular shows. You know what I'm saying? They're going out there
Mm-hmm.
to perform for free just to get recognition. That's what I feel like. And then they haven't made it to the stage. That's the transition of being a star. You have to build your brand for me to appreciate what you've done. Other than that, you're doing what everyone else is doing. You haven't got yourself out the pits. You know what I'm saying? Like there's two types of people. You're either in the crowd serving people, or you're on stage. Showing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of these fighters are still in the pits. You know, like until you grow your brand, like I feel sorry for Valentina. You know what I'm saying? That girl has so much talent, but you know what I'm saying? Like even Nunez, and there's an interview like what's Valentina as a champion doing now? Like, well, she's 125. Okay, you know what I'm saying? But there's nothing like, oh, like I have relatives that don't even watch for it. They be like, oh, I like that Chinese girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, but
Uh-huh.
do you know Valentina? Like that girl's showstopper. Who? Like who is that? Like that's what I'm getting. So it's like if I tell an average person, then I know what's ringing bells. It's like a household name. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some people that their skills is like like you don't get marketed right, you're just a good idea that's being slipped in the cracks, and that's what's going on with Valentina. She's just a good that's being slipped, like being overlooked, because she's been in for so long, but her marketing was much more like just for the fight. It wasn't more like marketing. Like we coming to an age where you got to be like a McGregor, you got to be like a to sell yourself in this main stage. You understand what I'm saying? Like you can't be like look at the good example is look what happened to with Kobe Covington. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Look how that guy had to change. You know what I'm saying? Like
Well,
this is it's
I
just
mean, and
it's
you
just real.
can,
It's just realistically. It's realistically. You want to make
yeah,
money. Like
it's
you
other
don't want to
ones you
be.
can name. Like, if you want to look at the men's side,
Yeah.
Patty. I mean, he's got a bad
Oh
rap
yeah.
this last week, but Patty the Batty, he's the same way. He's trying to sell a product, and his
Exactly.
fighting
That's
is a part of that product.
look at the. That's what I'm saying. The new
Juliana
generation.
Pena.
We're in Web 3 right now. You know what I'm saying? So these guys are understanding independent brands. Sean O'Malley's doing that. You know what I'm saying? A
Mm-hmm.
lot of these new generational fighters are taking advantage of the airwaves and marketing through their own phone. That's what I'm saying. Whaley's doing that with her training. All these other fighters, Valentina could have took advantage of that with all her training too. Long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not new. None of this is new. It's just that, like, There's just people that strategically planned how we're gonna come out. And I told you, when you're a star fighter, you're not just a star fighter. You have the whole UFC and organization behind you to get you there. They did it with
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey. They did it with McGregor. You know what I'm saying? That's why they'll shrug you off. That's what I'm saying. Like if you're still good, they don't give a shit. Like fuck. Like you're like that little, like the way they say, you're like that penny on that table. Like there's so many people that they can get. But you know what I'm saying? Like if you're not doing what they want you to do, they're just gonna replace you and put their machine behind another investment. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's just real. That's the reality. That's what I'm saying. Like Val is just frustrated right now because she's in a division that the UFC know they got to keep that girl because that girl's a pure fighter. You know what I'm saying? But they can't find anyone in that weight class to even like give her a Godzilla or a King Kong type of matchup. They have no prospects when it comes down to it. And you know who's taking advantage of all those women fighters? The ONE FC. ONE FC because the growth size and difference is better out there in the East. There's too many big girls out in West out here that are trying to fight, you know, and
Yeah.
none of them are not being put out, you know, like, and it's just I feel that a lot of the ones that are actually getting out here are reaching their time. They're long before time because either the girls that have prospects that could fight in the UFC are already in the out east, already fighting out there already, making a name for themselves, you know, because out here in the West they weren't even prioritizing women fighting. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that. It was just until Ronda Rousey started showing that off. You know, Ronda Rousey and Dana White knew he wanted to make that was that franchise that could start to open women's league. You know, because in reality, it's like, yeah, like there are more average girl fighters there are than startups. You know, like it's just reality. You know, like in men, it's just been built. It's just whether you want to argue it or not, it's the truth. You know, but yeah, you know,
So what
like
do you
I
think?
said, like go ahead.
What do you think? So what do you think is something that these fighters can do to?
I know the best thing I told you. What I think is they need to organize. They need to get the hell out of this thinking about UFC and UFC start to becoming like stables and all these divisions and start putting up broadcasting money, franchise money, bet against like we're breeding these fighters to compete with ONE FC fighters. We're competing against PFL to put up their fighters. So now you're getting to sign to organizations that franchise you like franchise fighters, like how boxing does it. That will bring the whole life to everything. Now you get these organizations really like a bargaining for broadcasting rights as well as marketing their brand, their stables. You know, now you're really paying. You know what I'm saying? And winner gets. You know, it's like how they did boxing, like WBC, WBOY. You know, that's the way I feel that the way these MMA fighters should start organizing. Like you have Eagle FC out there. Why do you think all these other UFC fighters are going other different divisions? Because there's more opportunity. So why not one of these rich ass motherfucker from Dubai put together the league like it's like a kumite? You know what I'm saying? Where of organizations. That's the only way it'll bring more life. Other than that, you're gonna be sucked into like you're fighting in Rome, like you know, and you're fighting with the people. Not only just on the fighter, but you're also fighting against the organization. You know what I'm saying? It's never a fair fight. You all fighting in Las Vegas. You know how crooked those judges are since boxing. Like you know what I'm saying? They need to fight it somewhere like you know where it's organization where like that's why Wei Lee when she comes over here, it's a different mentality. You know, like it's like you when you fight, there's like you don't know who knows who when you're fighting somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So like it should be more widely spread. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're in an organization, it's like how they have WWF and WWE and all those guys you know, until they all started to make understand like putting everything together and sharing broadcasting rights and understanding how to cut it both ways can be a bigger um, profitable and more you can sell it better. You know, now I just feel like certain organizations are only filling spaces just to fill divisions. You know what I'm saying? It's not
So
even like it's like they need to maintain something and grow something, but they're not getting the selections. You know, they're not getting good recruiters. You know, they're not going deep into certain places that they can't go into. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, like the UFC has a lot to grow. Why do you think so many brands have been parting away now? Why do you think all these other guys be like they understand that UFC isn't it doing right? And look, you can't tell me that you appreciate what the UFC is doing by underpaying all these fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, That's what I'm saying. Like now, these organizations need to come together and trump or get UFC to work together with all of them. You know what I'm saying? Which ONE FC is already doing right now. ONE FC is already trumping UFC. You know what I'm saying? Like when it
Yeah.
comes to viewership, because they have more. Remember, East Asia is a bigger population than in the West, so they're attracting more different viewers based on different styles. They market Muay Thai, they market grappling, all in one organization. So if you like, what I'm saying, like that's something that UFC is just straight MMA, mixed martial arts. There's no, and even back in the day, it was even better when you had to like fight more than once on cards. You know what I'm saying? That was the real shit with no fucking weight classes, no nothing. You know what I'm saying?
So
Like that was like okay.
I'm about to read something that TJ just said. And he said he's too busy drinking and having a good time to come on, but he said something pretty damn profound. He said, how are any of us any different than a casual if the only organization we watch is UFC? Dana has tricked so many so-called hardcore fans into thinking people like Valismus is being in the top tier.
Exactly. Like look at people like when what's her name? Valeska Machado won that belt. Okay, when she won that belt, the first thing she said was like, "Yo, I just wanted to bring light to more girls that are where I'm from." You know what I'm saying? Because they haven't seen where there are more dangerous girls where I'm from that fight. So you just want to put her name out there. That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of these fighters are becoming are going into the UFC just based on relationships that their organizers have around the world, and they only have certain parts of the world, so they haven't like experienced all these other fighters that are dug deep. Like I'm talking like diamonds in the rough type fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like there are people out there that you'll find them in the rural areas that aren't competitors. Like that's how Manny Pacquiao had to look at Manny Pacquiao as a prime story of he had to go into the city to get people to recognize his talent. That's what I'm saying. What Wei Li's doing right now to bring is because she's bringing, because in Asia, like a girl fighting isn't like isn't a regular thing. You know what I'm saying? But because it isn't it wasn't a competitive thing. But Wei Li bringing light to that brings more. It's like people like to follow that. Oh, that can be me. That can be me. Like that's what it's coming. Like that's what I appreciate what Wei Li is doing for the UFC right now. Like y'all can knock her for her skills. I like honestly tell you the truth. I still think that she still needs work. But at the end of the day, she's a prime example of when I see her achieve what others have doubted her to do. It makes me more proud to see that, like, I never doubted this girl because this girl was always feeling that she will get on top. And she was the best thing that she ever overcame was those losses that she lost in the US, because it's a different crowd, it's a different animal. You know what I'm saying? When the appreciation of the sport in the East is totally different than the appreciation of the sport in the West. You know what I'm saying? Money, glitz, and glory is all in the West. You know what I'm saying? That's what it comes down to.
So let me ask you this: so when you're talking about Wei Li and what she's doing for the sport and how she's maybe able to push WMMA to a community that may not have been exposed prior to her rise.
Yep.
Wouldn't you say? But so UFC, her fighting in the UFC has been the thing that's done that.
No, it's not. It's not her fighting in the UFC. It's the marketing that behind her being in the machine of the UFC. The UFC is the biggest organization when it compares to the ONE FC in there. So when an American it's like going to Hollywood. You're signed to Hollywood. You're the first MMA woman fighter that's making big name ringing in Hollywood. That's what UFC is. I don't look at it as like, oh, it's like the elite league. No, it's Hollywood. That's Hollywood when it comes down to all the division, all the organizations. It's not the best organization with the best selection of fighters. It's the best machine to have behind you if you want to become a prize fighter at this point in time. But then look at Khabib. He understands. Like when you graduate from the system, then you establish what he did in that organization, you're open more paths for yourself. That's what Joanne is doing now. Why do you think Joanna ain't letting go of just being part? Because she doesn't want to be away from that organization of business and networking. That's what I'm saying. Like that's the reason. Like that's the number one reason. People still want to look for their own financial well-being after fighting. You know what I'm saying? And the UFC, because of its global status and being the first to do it and being the still standing to do it, it's like like when they say it's a good thing to get a good job in at a good company. Well, the UFC as a prize fighter is a good thing. That's why all these youngins, like you see Rosas, Rosas going into the UFC. You know what I'm saying? Because he's grew up in seeing all these like people going in there. But when he gets older, he'll understand. Like, look, wait until like this whole MMA starts to graduate. It's still building levels, especially when now there's all these arguments about fighter pay. And in reality, there's going to be something that's going to be done about that. That's why I appreciate when you have people like Jake Paul being like he's basically mocking the sport. It's like mocking the sport, being like, look, I can make a whole division and pay and it's just a recipe that I feel that the UFC should be using that like that. As Nate Diaz should be on that trip right now too, marketing his brand, be like, yo, I'll fight. Look, this how like Mayweather is doing. I'll go out there and fight your best fighter. You know what I'm saying? Independently market yourself as establishing your name but first establish your name. And that's what I think the UFC gives you, that platform. So when people start to learn that, you'll start to grow the game more. Like that's the only way you succeed in this thing, because at the end of the day you become a robot in the UFC, and not everything is ended nice. So look at Rampage, look at all the elite fighters that built UFC. None of them even, the only real person that really is like friendly with Dana White is Chuck Liddell. You know what I'm saying? Randy Couture, Vitor Belfort built that. Hoist Gracie. Come on, man. What happened to the first Shamrock? You know what I'm saying? Chemo. None of those guys are ever there that built that that organization. You know what I'm saying? Because Dana White, like you said, when you grow, you start to realize your worth. So they have to like keep marching on, marching to the drum, But like as a fighter, when I like how Mayweather was the one that started the fact of knowing your worth as a fighter, as a person combatant, one-on-one combatant, know your worth, And when people understand it, you become your agent. But you have to start somewhere. You have to build your brand. If you ain't building your brand, you will still be fighting for like look at Canyoneer saying like, I'm broke. I'm still fighting because I'm broke. Because like, yo, like you're a prize fighter. You're fighting fight for your living. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, yo, like what you need to learn more. Like the UFC is gonna kick you out because they'll replace you anyway. When you can't look at what they did with Frazier. Look at the Frazier story. The Frazier was fat ass broke. Like this guy had to like the world did that guy dirty. Ali did that guy dirty. So I don't know, man. I just have a lot. Like I have a lot to say because I've seen like like this sport is grown, but like people aren't acknowledging where it needs to go. They're just like enjoying the show. You know what I'm saying? I'm a purist at heart, but I do like understand like certain matches that will rev my engine, that I understand what that will that what people will really like, but like I do like to sit at home by myself or and watch other matches that people wouldn't watch just because I just like the sport. I like just watching the sport. I'd rather watch combat sports than any other sport out there because it's based on you, and that's the number one of the hardest sports I feel. Like it can't compare to team sports. Like it's just something that it's just me. But yeah, man, I can keep rambling. I can keep rambling on.
Well, no, I think you hitting a lot of things on the head, man. And you obviously have the chat. You got the chat's attention. But so you talked about like from the organizational side, but what do you think the individual fighters can do to transcend the UFC, right? So
I'll let you
part of the machine.
I'll let you compare to this, okay? When a record label gives you a 360 deal, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They give you a deal for you. You got to pay that money, so they pay you in advance. So if the UFC is giving you a platform, you better start utilizing that by going to all your whatever you need to do to get that return on investment. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these fighters just don't have a plan. Like so they let their skills. They learn to. When they get to the end of the career, now they're not fighting their best because they're worried financially being financially stable. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't make it the first few checks weren't as promising, didn't become as promising as their last few checks. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Like what they need to do is learn to work on themselves as if they don't need the UFC. That's the way you need to attempt. Don't go into the UFC thinking you need them. That's how you succeed. You know what I'm saying? Like these people going to the UFC, like, yo, I want the UFC to need me. No, no, no. I want the UFC that I can do this in the UFC. No, you want the UFC to want you to be in on these cards. They want you like, yo, you want to fight again? All right, come, go fight. You know, like, and then you start working on your brand doing that. You know, like Kamzat is a look. That's why Kamzat is doing what he's doing. Like that's how he's drawing attention to himself. And you know, like he just make like I'll fight anybody. That's what people want to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, do it then. You know, you that's more money in your check. Whatever you want to do with them, I can't control what you do with your winnings or whatever. But if you're not growing your brand and you're feeding to your coaches and your team and stuff like that, that's your loss. Like, you know, there's more than just being a fighter than just making money. You know, like you got to learn to work. Like you're a brand. You're a role model. You're a representation of like, you know, like what to do as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you for like you don't listen to a fat kid for you know, like a diet. You know what I'm saying? Like you listen to you know what I'm
That's true.
saying? Like you go to a gym. You go. Why do you think all these people turn to Ali Abdiziz as their coach or whatever as their manager now?
That
You know,
man.
because you got to surround yourself with champions. You know, like to grow. Like none of these guys and all these people are on different divisions. You know what I'm saying? Different organizations. That's what I'm saying. Like think like that. You know what I'm saying? If you think like that, you won't lose, no matter whether you lose in that ring. You know what I'm saying? Like you will never lose. People, bad press is also good press at the end of the day, as long as your name is still ringing in those in the grapevine. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah.
what it comes down to.
Hey, let me
Like
ask
that's
you
what I
this,
told you.
Chris.
Like that. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
What do you think of the business moves of somebody like Joanna? Like, shouldn't a lot of women follow like the
She's good. She's
yeah,
good because you know what? She's not letting it go because
yeah,
she can still like she's doing what Misha Tate is doing. Like you know, like Misha Tate will be a spokesman for a little bit. Oh, here, let me hype up, let the UFC hype up a fight that I'll get into just so I could put some extra money in my pocket, but I still maintain, you know, doing my interviews as being an ambassador for the brand. You know, so she's still maintaining as being an ambassador of the brand. You're still sustaining a living financially. You know what I'm saying? That's the common sense behind everything. Like you're not going to attach anything that's not making you money, especially as a fighter. Like the fighters usually they have a whole team thinking for them. That's what I'm saying. But then the fighters that really like show that's what really was going on with their life. It shows on with their career now. You know what I'm saying? Like they had a team that they depended on to do all their decisions for them, but when the money wasn't coming in no more, like those they have to make the decisions on their own. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
you have like fighters like look at fucking Holyfield. I told you look at Frazier. Read the Frazier. Look at the Frazier story. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that. You know what I'm saying? Like these people don't give a fuck about that guy. But this guy was like, you know, on top of the world at one point. You know what I'm saying? Like they people will do you dirty, but if you don't know how to manage yourself, you know, and that's what I like what Mayweather brought to the fucking table was you are you can do a lot work without these agents for you. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have Javante leaving him. You know what I'm saying? You have Terrence Crawford leaving. You know,
yeah,
like yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Like you got
yeah.
to
They're
make these
getting big
decisions.
money. Yeah, he trying to get that
Yeah,
10
like
million. So
you are the show. You are these athletes have to understand that you are the new Hollywood stars. People are so big into being fucking healthy and competitive now that it's a rush right now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's bigger than Hollywood. Some of these stars, some of these athletes, they've become bigger than Hollywood stars. Like Rock, like you know, like the athletes. It's just a level that you need to build. Like Pacquiao, like you know, these guys are worldly appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Like if you understand that brand, how to brand yourself that way, there's a lot of success for you in what you're doing. You know, it's just that's the one thing. Like, don't just think like a fighter. You know, like that will get you there to a point, but you know, think outside of what you want to do outside of fighting too. That's what I appreciate. You know, that's what I like to see because at the end of the day, you're just a fighter to me, unless you learn to transition yourself. You know, because talent is one thing, but like you're not showing anything new. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like old school. That's like old school boxing. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not looking like I'm a purist. I love appreciating all that stuff, but like look at LeBron. Like you know, LeBron was bred in this. People were following this guy with cameras when this guy was in church league, and they all look at him like bigger than Jordan. Jordan, they never had that type of spotlight on. They never groomed these kids like that. You know what I'm saying? So any athlete that never grew in the 80s or 90s, 70s or whatever that you see right now are getting groomed. That's why I told you like the marketing right now with Web3 is so it should be utilized more for these art for that's how I always say to people, like, for music, you don't need a record label. Your phone is your record label. That's exactly what I say for these athletes out there. Your phone is pretty much your interactiveness with your audience, you know. And Whaley's taking advantage of that.
Who do you think right now has the potential at flyweight to like really grab a hold of like an opportunity they have right now, like in the top 10?
Okay,
Like,
with what's going on right now, okay, so no one right now. I'll tell you that right now. But the only person that can go with the weight that's going on right now is Tyler Santos, just
okay,
because of her last thing that she did with Valentina. That's the only thing. Like, people want to see who can triumph the champ. No one else wants to care. No one cares about, oh, you're a good fighter in that league, but can you beat the champ? No. You know, like, there's no one there. There's UFC. That's the UFC's fault. They never, you like, you know, they built a division for Valentina, right? Hoping that they would find, you know, people, but they're getting more luck in the strawweight division than they are in finding recruiting fighters for the flyweight division. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something that, you know, it's a gamble that they took, you know, and they're still trying to hold on to it right now. And unless they, you know, start digging up people in the East, like where I find that size is probably more like, remember, like, the size difference in the weight classes is different in one championship than it is. Like, they fight 10 pounds heavier. So when they say like 125, it's like 150. I believe it's some different weight. The weights are different, right? So you'll find more of the sizable people in the Far East there than you do out here. Or if it's either that, or like the USC still needs to put some more recruiters out there because they're not doing their job. And for a big organization trying to build something, especially what they did to Mighty Mouse, because of, you know, Dana White didn't like that division, you know, now he's leaning towards building a women's division, you know, like, you need to you need to get more people behind it to build that division for some. They're just they're watching the sink ship with Valentina. You know what I'm saying? Because that would have been a prize franchise fighter for them if they knew how to market her. Because she also has, like, she's also, her brand is just like Wei Lee's. You know what I'm saying? It's just that she didn't brand it like that, but the UFC didn't know what to do with that because the opponents putting her against Nunez, you know, was a bit too size, and she even says herself, like, she's not her best potential is fighting at 125. She will never go down, and she will only, like how people say Whaley will go up in weight class. She only did Nunez this to go up the weight class because who else is she going to fight? She need to stay busy. She need to take on whatever the UFC feels like they're going to put in front of her. Like, look, we need to put this because we don't have good challengers for you at 125. So we give you this opportunity. You're dominating. So that's what she took, you know. But in reality, it's like Valentina doesn't want to fight at 135. She don't want to fight there. She wants 125. She wants to reign there, which she's doing right now. But it's just the UFC's failure to put that spunk in that division. You know, put that spotlight on that division because they haven't put anyone in there. Like, who do
right.
you feel has the next structure in flyweight? Like, I haven't heard anybody. I haven't seen anybody. I like a couple people that fight a certain way, you know, but like, no one. I'd be like, yo, if they were to fight like at Valentina on a good day, like, no way these people are standing in front of that girl, you know. So that's the
I
reality
mean,
about it.
yeah, I really don't see anybody like pulling in the same type of financial success like Joanna right now, even on that level, even definitely not on Wei Lee's level. But there's some fighters I think could capitalize on it. Like you said, you know, they also have to look outside of the UFC. That's the thing that Joanna did. Because when I heard this one interview with Dana White, and you know, it just hit me in the head because it was like, I know Joanna was, you know, good with hers, but you know, whenever he was talking about her, like as far as prolonging her comeback, which she was already out for like over a year and a half, he was like, "Oh, Joanna's good. She's got millions." You know what I mean? He was just like, you know, you don't even have to worry about her. Like you
But
knew she was into
go ahead.
something else too. You know, she had that mind for that. But yeah, for me, like there's a lot of fighters I could say have skills when you're looking at, like you said, in a purist fashion. But when I look at like the outside of how they'll be taken care of out, I don't know. I really don't know because I think they all get in the mindset of thinking like OnlyFans is the way and all these like little
That's why I
websites.
told you there. These people got it. Like I said, there's the shoe store. It's a shoe store theory. I always, you either a mom and pop shoe store, which a lot
Yeah.
of these traditional gyms are thinking like, until you put
Hmm.
yourself into like a Nike or Adidas type store, which is that machine, that other mark, that sports entertainment paradigm, Ali Baziz, organizations that will. It's just like Jerry Maguire. Like you understand, like you put yourself with that right agent, what I'm saying, to put you at these levels. It's not like you're still trying to think of like those boutique agents, and that's where your career is going to be. You're going to be a boutique art. You're going to be a boutique, fight. You're going to be not even fighter, a boutique brand. Like unless you intrigued your market that you targeted, and you got the results you wanted, then your business plan was successful. If not, like you need to find people that, because it is possible to be whoever you are. Look at Patty's a prime example. Like that guy is not even the great fighter. You know what I'm saying? But like he just knew how to like talk a good game, like get people would like to see people fall. That's just a sad thing. You know what I'm saying? And he's taking advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then he plays the good guy role by telling you like, yo, I'm about men's health. There's a strategy to it. Like you get them to hate you, but you get them to love you at the same time. And it's like it's just a strategy. And the character, and you can't control how the audience will be receptive of you, but you can control how you react to. So it's like playing fishing. You fish with fish your audience to find where you belong. And some of these people just think they just need to fight. No, when you just need to fight, you're gonna be a Joe Frazier story. You know what I'm saying?
But do you think there's honestly enough room for every fighter in the UFC to be that way?
Of course.
I think
No,
because
okay.
ultimately,
there is room, but the skill set,
right?
like, that's based on the branding too. Because everyone that makes into the UFC, you've made your career. You're becoming a prize fighter. So whatever your goal is after that, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. Like once you make it as being a fighter for your career, as being paid to do what you love, some people that's reaching their goal. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what they're content. You know what I'm saying? I can't control. But if you don't see beyond that, that sets your character as you being in that league. Like where did you want to go in fighting? Like did you just want to hold the belt? Like did you want to be an example to the kids and start, transitioning into yourself, give you a 5-year fight plan where you fight for your best? Like Nunez is doing that. Nunez doesn't
But
even
that's
need
my
to fight
point,
anymore.
though. That's
What's
my
that?
point, though. Like, in order to start turning that corner,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you gotta win fights. You can talk all the trash you want to. I mean, remember
Exactly.
Alex Hernandez?
Hmm.
Alex Hernandez came in talking all the trash in the world, and
Yeah.
people were comparing him to maybe Connor in terms of how good he was, and he was
But
doing
that's what I told you.
the
That's an
right thing on the
approach.
microphone, and then all of a sudden he started getting
I'm
trashed,
just
right? He
telling you
started
this.
losing
What works for
fights.
someone? What I said. What works for someone? That's what these are. That's what I feel that will fail a lot of these people, because they try to be they try to follow another person's game plan. That's what I'm saying. When in reality, like the real genuine people that will succeed are people that are just being themselves. Like, and it just shows. Like, honestly, tell you the truth, um, like with these fighters, like that are putting on an act, sometimes people will see right through you after, and then that will diminish your brand. That's why it's a risk. It's always a good risk of how you present yourself in today's audience, because you will always be exposed at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing is private once you become in the eyes of the general public. You know what I'm saying? Like everything, when you start ringing noise names and everything, people are gonna come at you. You know what I'm saying? If they can't find no dirt on you, they're gonna make it up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to be prepared for that. So it's like unless you know where you want to go when you fight and what you want to do, then you're just gonna keep fighting until you figure it out. And that's what I feel like. Like that's why I like how how Khabib left that when he did it, open his own organization. Man's living boss. That's bossing up. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to fight my whole life. Like that's bossing up. Like that's what you need to think like that.
Yeah, that's a
Like
big part of it too, knowing when to get out, especially for
yeah,
like somebody like Patty. Like Patty, he doesn't really have the skills for longevity, in my opinion.
yeah.
He's the type of guy who can like throw it all on the line
Entertain.
now because he's so popular. He can get as much as he can. He can get more than some of these long fighters, but he's gonna have to know when to get out because his skills are
Yep,
kind of limited.
yep. I
You know?
100% agree with you. Look at that. Look at how Ariel Ryan tried to expose him more. Another interviewer tried to expose Patty because Patty used to say that Ariel used to try to get money off these interviews and get people. But yet another guy exposed Patty for trying to ask for money for these interviews because that's the way he's trying to take the route. He
Yeah.
understands that some people are making the money like this, but he's trying to force it on people. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you guys are going to do this for me, do this for him, so do this for me now. You understand my value, like, and that's one. Okay, I have a good friend I work with, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne told this to people. He's like, he will charge anything to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to pay 150,000, he'll charge you that. You want to pay 200, but he won't charge anybody else because the only reason why he charges is because people are willing to pay it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're willing to pay, and building your brand a certain way, take advantage of that when you're hot, because when you're not going to get that. You know what I'm saying? So what Patty's doing
Yeah.
right now to ask that's good. It's a good, you understand that, but you need to come up with a different approach though, because being outlandish like that is not going to get you the way you want. It'll get you unless you keep fighting and showing up in your fights, which the UFC can only help you so much after a while with those decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't stop you from getting knocked the fuck out with putting you in the ring with someone wrong. That's like, that's something that they can't control. But they're still banking. No, go ahead.
Oh, what do you think? Like, we know, like, even James G was saying, and then I think Slide of Mine in the chat, they were saying, like, not everybody can be a star. They don't have that personality. But what about that other
Says
side
who?
where
Who
fighters
said that?
need to
No, I'm just
Oh,
saying. No, that's what people are training. Anyone can be a star. You know what I'm saying? I'll just tell you that right now. Anyone, you just got to know your market. There's fighters that have relations to, like, it's like independent artists. You have to understand that. Like, like, everyone is relatable. Everyone has that fighter in them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't know how to market to a certain niche market, like, look at how, like, Kat Zingano came in. When she first came in, she was a soccer mom. She marketed herself as being that soccer mom. You know what I'm saying? So she lit the fire during those times of other mothers that are going to these yoga classes, trying to watch these other people practice MMA. Look at the surge of those type of that mentality of fighters that came into the UFC that are coming into mixed martial arts right now. You know what I'm saying? Kat Zingano started that after Ronda Rousey. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's her whole niche. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are certain things that you have to understand, and you can't control how people are receptive of it, but all you can do is try to sell it. Sell it, and if it doesn't sell, go back to the drawing board and go, figure it out. Because if it was that easy, we would all be millionaires right now. We'd all be living our dreams right now. That's what I'm saying. It's not. It's not like that. So it's just everything. That's why I told you, never feel hesitant to put anything out there, because you may think it's wrong, but you don't know how society will be receptive to it. You know what I'm saying?
So some of these fighters, they don't really have. They're great when it comes to actually, performing in the cage. But, like, what should they do? Like, what do they need to get the right financial advisor?
Okay,
Or
so they
what?
need to. I don't have all them, but first off, they need to hire a good marketing team. Okay, that's first off, because that's where you invest. That's where your investment, your money. When you invest in your brand, like, part of when you pay your gym, you pay your nutritionist. You better make sure you're paying your marketing and your PR twice as much if you're just a starting UFC MMA fighter, or start getting you to, like, people like Alabaziz or Paradigm or Uppercut, or what was that, Rose's brand or whatever, but whatever his name, Butler. So you get yourself with these these are the people that are behind all these real fighters. Why do you think people sign with Bob Arum, or they sign with fucking Floyd, the guy that's always the ghost? I forget his name, but you know who I'm talking about, with Floyd Mayweather and his team. But, like, those are just people, like, it's a level. There's levels to everything. Skills can only go so far. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll just tell you that right now, especially in sports entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone's an athlete in sports entertainment.
Yeah.
Everyone's an athlete at the end of the day. But what separates an athlete to stars is their branding and their marketing team, right? The skills, and we've come so much. Like, I take it to back in the day. No, it's a good way to look at it. Remember the movie Lionheart? Remember the movie
Oh, yeah,
Lionheart?
yeah. I remember that.
You see how they brought Attila to the table by just showing videos. You know what I'm saying? So you're showing these to these organizations, and you got to market, like, look how they got started when UFC was first running. They started showing videos of Cyborg. You know, like because they were marketing Ronda like this is Ronda's threat is this girl Cyborg, but no one wanted to put her because that's a jeopardizing UFC's franchise fighter. That's the only reason why it would contradict Dana White taking that risk. You know, deep down inside, and it was just more of different organization because she was with, I think it was Counter. What is it? What was the other division that she was in? Organization she was in.
Strike Force
Strike Force.
before.
Strike Force.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to show. Like in this whole thing, like if you don't have a good team like behind you, you you know, I pray for you. You know, that's it. That's it. I just pray for you because at the end of the day, you're just gonna be no you're transitioning into managing your own business and everything. It isn't elevating. You can't just be that punching bag making that money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't be that punching bag.
A lot of these
Like
fighters can't afford
Ronda
a
Rousey's
top-notch
mom even
marketing
put that.
team.
Like Ronda Rousey's mom put that in Rousey's perspective in her head. You know what I'm saying? After she took that kick from she lost to the Nunez. You know? Yeah, she just told her, look, leave all those people getting beat up and go get your money in WWE. Your brand is still hot, and it's still hot. I don't care what anyone. Ronda Rousey is still her gaming, you know, and her fucking how she brands in WWE. She's getting paid more than a lot of these MMA fighters that are still like, you know, that
Yeah.
are still trying to establish themselves, you know, and she doesn't even have to do as much. You know what I'm saying? She's like a circus now. You know what I'm saying? Like she can live like that, you know.
That's
So
the
it's like
disappointing part, though. Like
no, but
some
that's
of
when
these
you at the end of
fighters.
the day, I can't even be disappointed about that because I'd rather
Yeah.
her be doing something like that than still having to do bare knuckle. Like you can, you know,
Right.
MMA. If you're fighting there more, if you're fighting there for over 10 years or more, and you haven't established yourself, haven't figured out a way to be out there, you haven't established property, you haven't got yourself like, bro, like, come on, man, like, be an example to the next generation. You know, like, tell them you
Yeah.
don't need to be fighting for 10, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Look, Rocky's a primary. You want to end up having be like Rocky? Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be thinking like talking like Sylvester Stallone for the rest of your life or being
Yeah.
paralyzed, putting yourself at risk, leaving people behind. You want to get in, get out as quick as you can. And Conor McGregor, what he did going in and out, I give him props for that because he realized, like, look, like he was just hungry. He came from broke, this man hungry. So that finessing people into whatever business propositions he had to do, that was his bread and butter. He's a finesser. He was the best, like, you know, like a magician. You know, I don't look at him as a fighter. He just was a magician. Like he just like he knew how to put things in people's faces and sell it like a fucking ventriloquist. You know, like
No, the problem with that though is, you know, a lot of these fighters, man, they aren't making enough money to pay even a mediocre PR team to like really kind of brand them. I mean, and also, you know, you got first of all you got to fight your way into like having a brand that's marketable anyway. But a lot of them, if you look at what they're making, a lot of these guys are making on the fight. Say you only get to fight once a year. A lot of these guys are only making like maybe 50, 60 grand on the fight.
Yeah.
And so, like, and then they have to pay their team and have to pay, you know, other fees, whatever. So they are making a lot of money to invest. And I agree, it is an investment. If you want to try to market yourself, it is an investment. A lot of them don't, you know, they're behind the 8 ball when it comes to that because the fighter pay is so low for the vast majority of the UFC fighters. And so that's one hurdle that they had to try to overcome. I think that's why, you know, as much love or hate Sean O'Malley, man, he actually did it right. Like Sean O'Malley refused to fight higher ranked fighters while he was under his initial contract because it was low pay. He's like, I'm not getting in there with these killers for the money y'all trying to pay me.
Sean
but he had also
from that generation, that YouTube generation. He's from that generation. Look at his crowd that he hangs around with. This guy does.
But he already had that before he got to UFC. That's
what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. So he understands that he don't have to. His brand is being built already. Some of these people, because that was his initial talent. It's like getting you in the door in that fame door. So now what are you gonna do with your fame? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to show you. It's like once you get that fame, what are you gonna do with it? That 30 seconds of fame when he did that knockout, 60 seconds or whatever, and then all of a sudden, all like Dominic Reyes and what he did. Look what happened with Dominic Reyes and after he did John Jones. He had everyone's like, yo, that's the next guy. That guy's ill, you know. But like, bro, he didn't perform anymore after that. You know, he got too wrapped up on that. You know, so it's like, look how fast people will hype you up and watch you, and that's an everyday story. You know, like I don't. That's just how life is. You know, but at the end of the day, like if you understand, remember, you get at least 20,000. You know what I'm saying? At least 20,000 pocket, whatever. When it comes to your prize or whatever, it doesn't. You know, like that. That's enough to even put down on you know, secondary properties. Like, you know, like I don't know what to tell you. You know, like you just gotta be smart with your money. Like I can't tell people how to control their own financial situations. You know what I'm saying? But like prize fighting, you do it. You know what I'm saying? But you make enough to make initial investments before you fight again. If not, you don't have a good game plan. And I can't knock anyone. Like I can't knock any. Like I can't control that, right? Like I can only be like, look, like get yourself educated, you know, because this is means of, like, you know, you're doing it. This is your livelihood. You know, if you don't take your livelihood seriously, who will? That's what I'm saying. Like we don't plan to fail in life. Like if you don't plan to plan your life, like, you know, that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way I look at it. Like you initially like calculate yourself. Look, I initially once that gate opens and I set foot, I make this. I gotta pay this, so I gotta set aside this so I can make this and continue to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like look at it that way. Some of these fighters don't because they're
Well, you
gym
know, the
heads.
sad part is these fighters, they think of fighting is like a 9 to 5 job, and it's not. Like Dana
Mm-mm.
White, he did say it best once. He was like, you know, it shouldn't be seen as a career; it should be seen as an opportunity.
Yep.
You know, because
Yep.
they just want a career, they can just go to the regular 9 to 5 and do
Yeah.
what a lot of people do. But when you actually get a chance to sign a contract, you need to already have a game plan or thinking of something to say, okay, I'm not going to be here forever, so let me go ahead and get what I can out of this. You know?
Exactly. Like that's what I like. That's people don't understand that. Like they get mad at the organization, but the organization is a platform. It is a platform. Like they've built their platform, so all that's why I see all these fighters come a dime a dozen. You know, it's the only one that the UFCs are willing to are willing to tolerate are the ones that will succeed in their organization. Other than that, you're getting
Right.
shafted to whatever other division leagues there are. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't understand how that game is played, then you like you said, you can't break rules if you don't know how to play the game. You know, and some of these people like Khabib is a good example, broke the rule. You know, and still like he can still hold face with the UFC after all his accomplishments, and still like that's like you can tell that hurt Dana White. You know what I'm saying? Because that Muslim, you know, crowd is opening up. Like and Khabib is doing it properly by building an army of them to come into the UFC and take over. And at the end of the day, like he still has Eagle FC. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and he's taking old UFC fighters. So he's conquering the whole like mixed martial art right now. He's doing what he's you know what a bigger plan. You know what I'm saying? So there's a bigger plan to what he's doing. He's become a good coach that's taken over one of the Hollywood's platform of MMA. You know, and now he opened his own, and his own fighters are taking over. You know that league. Like I'm still waiting to see what comes next. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
that.
definitely.
Like that's just things I look at. You know, like even like 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 I said, I've been watching you know all this prize fighting since those backyard that you used to backyard fights, you know, to UFC ones, you know, like, and I'm just seeing the growth now, you know. But then when I saw Mayweather, what he's doing and being like, you know, like yeah, as a prize fighter, like it's cool to see all these fighters fight. But Don King, like after watching what Don King did to these promoters, Dana White's doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? What Don King is doing to Tyson and all those guys, Dana White is doing to a lot of these people. But it's just that Dana White opened the gate for that now. But
Yeah.
now that there's different organizations, and you know what I'm saying, and it's just who you have in your stable that will sell. You know, like if you don't have a star-studded stable, like some of these people are still selling um B-lister fighters, you know what I'm saying, as fights, like Ortiz and, you know, Chuck Liddell again, you know, just to sell, like Bellator, like, you know, 50 is even doing that, you know, like that's what I'm trying to show you. Like, there's money to be made, but you just gotta market it. But like that's why I told you the only way that that can flourish for real um athletes to separate the real ones from the fake ones is when you have organization of fights, you know, because now these organizations to put big money on the line to also spread amongst it. The whole new structure of paying everyone is going to be different when you have these organizations and broadcasting right battle, competitions or whatever, prize fights, because now it's a bigger, there's more involved. But now when you just now when you UFC, it's just like having these like those invitational fights. It's just that it's run by an organization, Like in the UFC way they run their whole thing is no different from running invitational fights from any other divisions, leagues, organizations out there. It's just that they're on the top of their top tier. That's it. They're on top of the list. UFC just just basically the top of the list of where you want to fight. But at the end of the day, like it's no different of how any other organizations are running maybe odd few that are running it differently, but it's still the prime basis of the whole blueprint of the business is run similar to the way the UFC's fighting. Who did it? So they just, like I said, they've been there the longest, right? UFC, Pride, all those guys. What happened here? UFC bought out their competition. You know what I'm saying? UFC bought out the competition first.
Well, that's the thing. It's a monopoly. That's the biggest hurdle for trying to make the playing field even. It's already a monopoly, right? And like you said, UFC is Hollywood. That's what everybody wants to dream. Everyone's dream is to be in the UFC because there's no reasonable alternative, right? There's no equitable alternative. If Bellator had a similar product, then there would be equity, right? You might have fighters that actually have to choose, like really, top-notch fighters and personalities that actually have to choose based on some real, stuff, whether to go to Bellator or UFC. Right now, that's not the case. And I don't know how it changes. That's the thing. I don't know how it changes. You obviously been thinking about this quite a bit. I don't know how it changes given the current lay of the land because people are going to be jumping ship from the UFC.
Well, once your contract is over, everything is all contractual, right? Everything is all contractual. It comes down to your paperwork. Like at the end of the day, these people are only showing up in these divisions if they get everything into their best interest. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. Going to a different organization has to be in your best interest, and that's what organization is going to be in your best interest. Like maybe Corey Anderson had a specific.
No, not even. You can look at it this way. Like, okay, so if I do a one fight contract with this division, but they'll give me this for this amount. You control your fights. You understand what I'm saying? I go and I've already established my name, and Bellator wants to get me. So you put me in the ring with this fight that we can get the most money out of it. You know what I'm saying? And that will determine your next move. Like you're gonna have to work like that. If you ain't sustaining on UFC, then now you gotta play hopscotch to find your lane. You know what I'm saying? Like UFC is just the easiest way that if you sustain your name, you have that machine behind you. That's what I'm saying. But you can still have your own brand, building your brand, but not necessarily just doing fights. You're having gyms all around the world. Having a marketing niche that you have about your brand. I don't know, like whatever. But that's based on the fighter, right? Like I said, like the fighter has to think more than just being a fighter to succeed. Like if you feel on just being a fighter and your skills ain't to the way that they are, then like you better reevaluate your future plans. Like that's why I look at like the sports is different now. It's entertainment now. It's not competition. If you want to go, it's not about competition. It's all sports entertainment. And that's what I feel now. Now they took the fun out of the sport now. Now you got to be fun. You got to be that. Look at that guy. Look what I can do, fighter. You know what I'm saying? To actually put yourself in the main eyes of the public.
Oh my God! Can y'all hear my son? I'm sorry.
That's all good.
So even if some of these fighters can't be like that big Ronda Rousey type star, I think that a lot of them are in that good opportunity to at least be comfortable or be like well off. You know what I mean?
Of course. Like you can average 2-3 fights in a year and make outside investments that you don't. What do you think? Like the Garcia family, you know, you see Robert Garcia and all his family, like all those boxers, like yo, they just fight for a living because they make their properties, they do whatever,
Right.
they have an outside life. You know what I'm saying? Like all this, like think about it. This is just a like Guida. Look at fucking Iaquinta. Iaquinta's a real estate agent. You know
Oh
what
yeah.
I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, like think like that. Like some people just don't have like they just bank it on just being successful in fighting. You know, and like if that's what it is, then more, you know, and you make it. That's just something that, like Jay-Z said, no one will ever think you'll make it until because they only tell you that you won't make it because they can't do it. So prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't do it, and I see you do it, and you make it. Wow, you know I like it. Game changer. You do get you're living a legendary life. If you like, that's what I'm telling you. When you live a Hollywood life, like you're living like that, like make sure you know what you're getting into. Other than that, you're just there for that 60 seconds of fame, right? Like, and if you ain't making smart investments before your time is up, that's your fault. You know, like I can't argue with that. Like there's so many. Everything in the world has been done, and if you can't understand and catch up with that, then like you know, like you just gotta figure out your decisions in life, right? That's what it comes down to. It's one thing
Yep.
to fight, like, but the outside is what you got to be respectful inside and outside the ring. You know, Mike Tyson didn't get after that until he fell out and couldn't do whatever he wanted to do. You know, Dana White had to help him out, like, yo, let me throw you in a pool of sharks. You know, because people still love what he was as for the sport. But Mike Tyson was one of the closest people that I admired for what he came out of after. The guy gave up on the sport, made his money, but now what is this guy doing? He came up Tyson's Ranch, selling weed. You know, like
Yeah.
fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like
The
this
guy
guy's
had
like,
cartoons and everything. Dispensary
yeah,
had
like
dispensary cartoons. You know, anytime he
yeah,
needs help, he's got like somebody there to back him up. That's good.
yeah.
The
You know what I'm saying? So
podcast he's
it's
doing.
exactly that's what I'm telling you. There anything can work in this world today. Nothing surprising, especially when we have Web3, when everyone becomes their own channel of interest and everyone is on this on-demand type of lifestyle. You know, whatever they want to see, they'll tune into their artist. Like I said, religiously, I always look at try to look at what's the next thing that Whaley's list, because no one's ever hyped me up so much for a fighter. Anyone else that I've seen, you know, like when people try to say that this girl's gonna fight in 120, this girl never said she wanted to fight in 125. She never said that. That's just, you know, like I said, the press pushing that. This girl, the only right way as a champion is you will say you will take on anything. You just got to word it right. And because of the language barrier is different, people will interpret it in a way like, yo, Whaley's up for that challenge. She's going to fight her. She wants to fight her. No, this girl said that, yo, if you put her in the ring with her, she's not going to come up with the belt, but she's going to try her best. That's coming out of her mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like she said that you put me in the ring with her, I may not be successful in taking the belt away from her, but it will be a good fight. No better answer than that. But the way the media twisted, Western media twisted, like Whaley thinks that she's better or whatever, and can take on. No, like what did you want this girl to say? Oh no, like I'm scared. Like look as far as Valentina in 125 at 115, that's scary. You know, like shut the fuck up. You know, like come on, y'all need to understand, like fighting is more than just fighting nowadays. Like we passed that now. You're a prize fighter. Look out for your health and raise your family right. Don't get lost in the sauce like how everything is nowadays. You know, and that's what I told you. Like a lot of these fighters are coming from third world countries. What do they know about being financially stable at some point? All they know is just to show up at the gym, fight, and listen to their coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the mentality that you're dealing with. And that's why to corrupt some of these. Look at Kraus. Look what happened to Kraus. Come on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this, you're taking people, all these under your wing, and then you're like fucking, like Tony, like what's his name? Fucking guy from the Cincinnati Reds. Fucking. But anyways, the 8-man out type story. But anyways, like you know what I'm saying? You're risking that type of shit. You know, and like I compared that to like a Karate Kid and like Cobra Kai. You know what I'm saying? Like that's I find how people that are training with Kraus, you know, like this guy just,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like people are training with Kraus, but Moreno is the only one. He just trained, went there just to change to go there, you know. He wasn't really training with them at the beginning, you know. So, but like I said, like like I look at the fighters today, and I look at more than them just appearing in the ring. Because at the end of the day, there will always be someone that will show up in the ring. Everyone will have their day. Every fighter has their day in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What they continue to do, and what they and the more people that they bring along their journey is what I like to follow, because that's where I know that this direction of way the career is going can go into something bigger than what the sport is. Like I just like to see that growth. I just like a fighter growing from like how Francis Ngannou grew from being homeless and coming. That's a good story. But now what? He's not fighting with the UFC no more. But he understands that like they're not giving him what he wants. Look at his last fight. The guy got paid in Bitcoin. Now look at Bitcoin now. That shit's dropping. You know what I'm saying? So that's like he didn't get what he was worth, but he got his whole check paid in Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
Did you really? Is that right?
Yeah. He didn't want to get. He
I had
his
no
pay.
idea.
So that's what.
Is that what he wanted?
Yeah,
I gotta imagine that's what he requested.
Yeah, he requested. And he got it. He got paid in
Wow.
Bitcoin.
That's hilarious.
So that's what I'm trying to show you. These fighters, you are control. You got to learn to have control of your career, because there are people like Don King out there still. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh yeah.
and and this sport that's what he's built on. When you're in sports entertainment, there's a difference. There's competitive sports and sports entertainment. Hollywood is sports entertainment. Other than that, when you're in the Olympics, there's no theatrics. There's to sell anything. You're just there as global pride when you fight. You know what I'm saying? Patriotic pride, fight for your country. But when you're in sports entertainment, now you got to sell an image. Sell an image and fight. Like you got here by fighting. Now, what makes you different from all these other fighters now? Because everyone got hurt. Everyone got hurt. There's no one in that ring that will ever want to die in that ring. There's no fighter in that ring that will ever want to ever die in that ring. So that's what you pay to see, right? You pay for these fighters to fight for their lives. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh yeah. Shoot, that's what I'm saying. Like, with old girl Molly McCann, like we know that girl ain't never gonna be champion, but I mean, she moving in her lane, man.
Yep.
Exactly.
Her lane is very,
that's a good example.
Yeah,
very narrow. It's very narrow, but you know what I'm saying, she's working her magic. She's tagging along with Patty. You know what I'm saying? So. You know what I'm saying? So they're working at that English, since Bisping and Darren Till, like all the other British fighters are making no names for him, making no noise.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? Drake brought attention to them in the public, in the pop life now, in the pop culture life. People know who Paddy Pimblett is, and because they gave him the Rolex. People that didn't know MMA know that Drake gave Paddy Pimblett and Molly McCann a Rolex. That don't follow.
They all know about that Drake curse, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that's what I'm trying to show you. Like, you gotta learn to cross brand you, not even cross, but learn to brand yourself. That's all I gotta say. Like, if you gotta go out there and say like, I gotta lose, like Patty's always one of his main sellers. Like, yeah, he can always make weight, but he's always this fat guy can eat whatever he wants and enjoy, but still come out there and not get knocked down and put on a good show, So let him roll with it until he gets knocked out, and then, like I said, that's the end of your niche that you're trying to sell.
But
you know what I'm saying? So
credit to him.
It's not even going to be the end of it. It's just I want to see what he does to deflect it after. Like, what are you going to do after you get knocked out and you're trying to brand yourself as being this unstoppable fighter? You know what I'm saying? So. And that's the number one thing that people start to when they market themselves, that they're an unstoppable fighter. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way a lot of these like dominant fighters come out to. Is like, I'm a dominant fighter and I'm coming to unstop. Until they get stopped, then you respect what they do after, right? Like that's what builds real champions to me. That's why, like, even that zero don't mean nothing to me. Zeros don't mean nothing to me in this fight game, because it still doesn't mean anything. You never shown me what it feels like when you actually are. When you took that loss, and what did you do after? Did you get back up? No, you were never given a chance to. So I don't know whether or not, if some guy actually knocks you the fuck out, like, do you actually have the nerve, like how Tyson Fury when he got dropped by fucking Deontay Wilder and got up like God rose him, like
Yeah.
that shit, and that was, what I'm saying, like as if that's like after a whole year of drinking and binging, what I'm saying. So I'm like, yo, that guy's a true fighter, like something, and put him on earth to fight, like that's the way he was meant to be out here, They're just signs, like that just shows, like, okay, whatever. I don't know
That
what it is,
sentiment is that sentiment is exactly why I feel like I don't have anything against Aaron Blanchfield or Macy, not Macy, but Casey O'Neill. I really don't.
Yeah.
But I want to see them lose because of how they came in with this, delusional confidence. Like the way they have come in, I want to see how they respond to adversity, how they respond to actually taking the
Right.
L, and what they do.
It's almost like a movie. You're right. It's like a movie where you see the hero doing so well, and they get too full of themselves. You want to see him get knocked down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That hero's journey story.
I don't have anything against them. I want to see that play out for their benefit because, like, they're so young. They're so freaking young.
And that's what I realized. Like, and that's like it says a lot for today's generation, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, back in the day, the generation, they would do more action than talking. You know what I'm saying? But now, because you know what I'm saying, now it's more talking than action. Now, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like they need to. That thing is like, fake it till you make it has overwhelming taken over the sport. You know what I'm saying? Rather than just no, go ahead.
And the whole everybody gets a trophy. Like they don't know how to, because everybody gets a trophy, they never learn how to cope.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, like it's like everyone. It's like, I don't know. It's like a baby. It's like you're babying today's generation. It's like, no, man. That's what made the grit. That's what made the sport more grittier back in the day. It was like the reason why people succeed is because they went through these type of, situations. Now I have these people still failing, going to a gym like the PI and still not, making a name for themselves with like the PI behind them and development programs behind them. You know what I'm saying? Like those are just like it's just the luck of the draw, right? At the end of the day, it's like like we all as competitors, you got to think you're the best, because if you don't, no one else will. So that's why I never take that away from anyone. And when they try to preach that, and I hope you're going into the fight thinking that no one can beat you, but if you're in there thinking like, oh, it's going to be a good fight, well, that's a Michelle Watterson attitude. That's what I look at. It is. Literally, that's Michelle Watterson's attitude. She was making it in there because she was eye candy at the beginning of that division. You know what I'm saying? Dana White gives her out there. Like, how is this girl still in the top 15?
Right.
She keeps winning.
No, because there's not that many people in that division. Like, it's not that it's like she keeps winning. It's just the fact that she's just part of being in that filler part. She's not trying to win a championship. She's not trying to, You know what I'm saying? Like, she's there in that filler. Like, she's given these fights that can, like, that when there was that rumor that people were denying fights to fight Whaley, I feel that she was one of them. She doesn't want she doesn't want anything high risk. You know what I'm saying? She'll take anything that's competitive, that's friendly competitive sport, that can be entertaining. When you have two nice girls two girls going into the ring, it's always entertainment. But there's a strategy behind putting the right girls in the ring. Especially if they're not
man.
But when it comes to when it comes to like girls like Watterson, when it comes to keeping her in the league aren't you surprised? Like, how is she still in the division for her accomplishments of her last performances? Like she hasn't, like, there's people that's been cut with work that's shown like less, but that still got cut up quick, So I'm just saying, like you just sometimes, like, I just feel she has a good relationship with Dana. Dana already knows that she has a good relationship with Watson. So it's like
I like my level. Like for me, like I'm surprised that she's still in the division as well. But I don't. It's not that. It's not because of what she's done. It's like she's been so on and off, hot and cold in terms of being active, that I'm not even sure where her head is, where her mind is, where her heart is as it relates to fight. I don't know. It seems weird to me.
Yeah, like you can never we can never everyone's different at the end of the day. Everyone fights their own demons, you know. Like you don't know what people are going through any given class, you know. That's why that's the appreciation I have for people that actually succeed in the sport, because there are so many things that are behind that, and then like when things happen, it's just like I could already tell why, you know. But those that like prove me wrong, those are the true like game changer stories I look for, you know. Like they're, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
agree because a lot of folks, you know, if you were just not real familiar with the sport, and if you're not real familiar with like the lives of these fighters outside of fighting, you would
Mhm.
look at the case from a casual's perspective.
Yeah.
They see this big major production that is every UFC fight. And
Mhm.
you would imagine that all these fighters are professional fighters. That's what they do, and they're making enough money to sustain their lifestyles. You know,
Yeah.
um, and they probably are assumed to have these glamorous lifestyles. But at the end of the day, the vast majority of UFC fighters are freaking regular people
Mhm.
working regular jobs. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
freaking Stipe Miocic was a
Firefighter.
heavyweight champion and still working as a firefighter.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
exactly.
so
That's what I'm trying to that's what I'm trying to say. Like you know, at the end of the day, it's like these fighters are not just fighters outside the ring, but if they only spend their life, some of these fighters actually just spend their life in the gym because they feel that like I'm talking about those third world Brazilian fighters,
mhm.
Dagestan, like these people just literally stay in that gym because the lifestyle out there is very calm and collective anyway. Like you don't need to work as hard, you know. Like and some of these people are sleeping in the gyms just to pass life, you know. And that's where Francis look at Francis Ngannou was a story that he slept at the gym. Like you know, it's everyone has a story at the end of the day, but like you know, everyone's different. Like and that's what I'm telling you. Like we still we've seen many stories that are all alike, but like the ones that really intrigue me are the ones that are you know um um game changing. You know, that's what I'm trying to. That's where I'm pretty much in the direction I'm going with all these other fighters that we see. You know, so, yeah,
Right.
yeah, man. Other than that, yeah, man. Like I said, I got love for the sport anyway. At the end of the day, there's no other. There's no sport better than mixed martial arts. You know. And full contact sport. Like when it comes to one on one combating, you know. Like, I'm an appreciative person, especially boxing. My first love was boxing, you know. But when MMA came around, that just changed the whole.
It's
You know,
different.
yeah, it's
It's
different.
different.
Yeah,
It is.
and I like that. I like that. But look, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of martial arts that are coming from Asia that haven't been brought into the table. That's what I like when Zhang Li presented that in our last interview. You know what I'm saying? There was many martial arts that are being practiced in Asia, in the mountains and stuff like that, that still never have brought. Like, look at all these Shaolin monks breaking shit on bricks and stuff. So why don't we ever see that? Like, I know there's been a Shaolin monk that fought in MMA, but that wasn't like a like real like techniques because like remember like the Oriental people are very like um they don't like sharing secrets like that. They'll just keep it in their own teaching, their own environment. You know what I'm saying? This is their truth. You know, that's just what it is. Some of them they don't want to show techniques. You know, they won't show their techniques and stuff like that. So being able to still find techniques, like look how Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu took over when it came to wrestling when UFC and then first started. You know, like at the end of the day, freestyle wrestling was the main, like you know, like marketing that style of fighting that they had until Brazilian Jiu Jitsu came along. A big one to show that was when you had Royce Gracie and and Ken Shamrock, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Other than that, man.
Yeah, let me okay, Brian put that 10 spot. Appreciate it. He said, I didn't expect this from Six. I thought he was more of a casual, but pleasantly surprised. And honestly, I feel like I've gained something. I know, look, I was reading his comments, you know, since he been in the chat, and I was like, something about him, he looking at the fight game in a different way. Because I was always looking at his comments about Whaley being a star. I was like, he
Yeah,
looking at something else that I know
yeah. I
is
don't look
kind
at it
of,
just for yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, I was him looking at it, you know, in a way where he sees these fighters lacking, taking advantage of their potential. You know what I mean? So yeah,
I look
I
at it
feel
from
for
like
your
an Asian
man.
perspective, like Ala Baziz, how you been looking. See how passionate Ali Baziz went behind Kayla's corner when she was losing.
Yeah,
That's how passionate when I see these fighters making the right decisions. You know, like do that because like that's how I feel. Like get yourself out of one FC and go into a mainstream because you have a good already following out there. And then bringing it over here and still doing what you're doing and continuing to keep growing and not letting it's just her story that's pretty much I'm explaining. But I'm just saying that's just a story I like to follow right now. That's intriguing me right now. Other than Francis, which is not in the UFC anymore. Francis' story was also intriguing me too as well. But I'm still intrigued on where he's going. It's just bad that we're not seeing that Jones and Ngannou fight anymore. But I'm still going to follow his career. But
Wait a
like I said,
minute.
like oh, go
Did
ahead.
that just happen? Like
Yeah,
he's
he's a free
officially
agent
out of
now.
the UFC?
Yeah, well, he hasn't signed with them, so he's not even in the UFC. He's free as a free agent now. Like
Oh, okay,
he
okay.
hasn't signed. He hasn't signed with them. I mean, he's still injured. I think his leg or something like that. Like he hasn't signed at all yet. But like at the end of the day, like I said, he might even go into boxing, and that's even a smart decision if he wants to go with Fury. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, how do these boxers that have been fighting their whole life feel when these MMA fighters are coming into and getting a sanctioned title fight? I'm saying for not even putting in the years in. See what I'm saying? What your brand can do. You know what I'm saying? Like what that Mayweather and how that boxing match changed Mayweather and Connor's life. You see what I'm saying? Like build your brand so you can do stuff like that. Like I wouldn't mind seeing like I don't know, um, like look at Cyborg. Cyborg's doing that in her boxing now. Like imagine she's able to build herself to a point where she can fight Clarissa Shields. You know, I wouldn't be like I'd have to see more from Cyborg to do that. But if she were able to do that, I would consider her the goat of all women combat sport. Any combat sport, that's Cyborg. Like Cyborg remind me of that. Like let's give her the right training and she'll fight you. You know,
okay.
like
I mean, but what are the chances?
no, it's not. It's very
She's Samurai
very.
or old man. I
She's old. She's
mean,
old. Yeah, she's old already. Like I'm not saying it's a good chance. Like that's like how getting Layla Ali to fight Clarissa Shields. That's not gonna happen.
that's
It's
gonna
not.
happen.
It's not gonna happen. It's not. I'm just saying, like, knowing how with Cyborg and how much like she has left in like I feel that is the type of person that will try to push her managers to try to get her into a type of fight to do a Conor McGregor type style like that. Like do a 6 round fight, whatever exhibition, like do something to get money out of it to get her to build her name first in boxing and to put her against like a girl like Clarissa Shields. And that's to see I would see a next step for her. Because like remember, like right now, like if you look at the change of the wave of how the blueprint of prize fighting is now, like it's changing ever since you have the Paul brothers doing those thriller matches. Tyson did that. That's a blueprint of how every fighter can be their own show. You know what I'm saying?
But
It's just it's just
I mean, I could see Cyborg and Clarissa fighting, but I think it would be more of a exhibition
yeah, like a
exhibition
thriller fight,
match.
but still
Yeah,
pay.
thriller.
People will still
Yeah,
pay. It'll still
yeah,
pay.
that's
Like
true.
you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to show you. That route, that's what Web3 is. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, fights were only a lot of the reasons why we don't see it because of broadcasters, right? Broadcasting rights is the reason why we don't see certain things in certain areas.
Yeah,
Why we can't see these because broadcasters aren't allowing it to happen. So when you have these independent things letting you do these one-off fights, it's changing the game. You know what I'm saying? Now these broadcasters don't have full control of what you want to see and what you can't see. You know, that's what I'm very for. That it's a wet. That's why I told you it's that organization fighting. Until someone starts to capitalize on that, we're far away from it. But that's where it should be getting to. Like all these organizations should understand that. Like, look, like look at one championship is about to do their first fight in the US in Vegas. So they opened that. One also has Amazon where you watch them for free now. So they're attacking the American market right now. You know what I'm saying? Like real heavy. They've already killing UFC ratings right now. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay,
and
guys,
look
I
at what.
hate to cut it short here. I mean, we've been having a good conversation, but this main event's about to come on. I'm gonna
Yeah,
call
yeah, I
this one.
see it now. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
cool, brother. All right, man.
Hey,
Yeah,
Cabo, thanks a lot.
thanks a
Yeah,
lot, brother.
man. Oh yeah, I appreciate you two coming through, Brian, like always, man. But Six, yeah, man, Six done welcome him, so he's been broken in now. Some of these other guys, y'all can't say nothing. Six been on here, and look, he done kicked some knowledge. He done kicked some knowledge that some of y'all can't even touch right now. So I appreciate you, Six.
Thank you, brother. No problem at all, man. I appreciate everything you do for the community as well. You know, like organizing this and all the work you've been putting, man. I watch you all the time, brother, and I appreciate your work that you put into it.
Hey,
Bring
thank
it
you,
to
man,
it.
and
No problem.
hey, don't be a stranger, man. Come on back whenever, man.
Of course, man. So yeah, let's watch this championship fight, brother. I mean, let's go watch this main event card.
All right, who you got? Who you got? Real quick, I got Canyon there, man.
I got Canyoneer knockout.
Okay, Canyon.
Canyoneer knockout. Yeah. All right,
Okay,
brother.
man.
All right.
Take care. All right, done had Six in the building. Great talk. Just so he know, I'm gonna probably cut this part of the segment out of the stream later, and I'm gonna post it up separate because that's some good information that I think a lot of fighters and a lot of fans need to hear too. Definitely, a lot of fighters and fans need to hear some of the things he's saying so they can look at the fight game in a different perspective and understand, like, to stop cheating yourself. Really, you got to take advantage of that opportunity, right? That's what it's about. So yeah, I'm gonna cut that part of the show out later and probably post it up. All right, so let me get some water here. Then we'll call this main event. Jerry Canyoneer, Sean Strickland. It's about to get popping here. Brian Williams said he got Canyoneer too. I don't see it going 5. All right, let's see, y'all. We got Sean Strickland on his way to the cage. He's on his way. Sean Strickland coming off that knockout to Alex Pieta. And I'm talking about that was a scary knockout. That approach that he had in that fight, I don't know what he was thinking, really. Sean Strickland coming forward like that on a excellent kickboxer like Alex Pieta. I don't know what he was thinking that night. All right. I love it when these UFC fight nights move fast like this. They just keep it going. Even with this main event, they just, they keep it rolling. Ain't a bunch of talk. Yeah, Brian said it was like he wanted to get knocked out. That's what I thought. I thought he wanted to get knocked out because I don't know what type of style that was. I guess it was saying, hey, come knock me out. Okay, boxing. There's some boxing tonight. Starts at 10. I might check that out. All right, Jared Canyoneer on his way to the cage now. All right, Canyoneer's got the little killer gorilla hat on his head. I keep seeing Sean Strickland on his back for most of this part of the fight. For the most part of the fight, I keep thinking he's going to be on his back. Yeah, who's still in here? I know BJ said he had some things to do, take care of his party. Oh, James Perez still around. I know Lolita's at work, but I told her I would do the main event just so she could go back and hear it, or hear it now. I know this ain't a major card, right? This ain't like one of the biggest cards of the year, but still, it's the last one. It's the last card of the year, so just wanted to go ahead and call the last main event too. Okay, let's see. 17. Okay, y'all. Everybody's in the cage. Let's check out this tail of the tape. We've got Jared Canyoneer, who's 38. Sean Strickland, 31. 5'11". Jared. Sean is 6'1". 77.5 inch reach for Jared. It's a little bit longer than Sean. Sean's 76 inch. Okay. Underdog is Sean. And of course, Jared seems to be the favorite in this one. Okay. Of course, I'm picking Jared too. Okay. Gotta make sure I got the sound up at the right part. There we go. Okay, Herb Dean is your ref. I mean, he has a decent record, 25-4. Sean Strickland, he I just, couldn't believe his approach in that last fight. He was really fighting like somebody whose record was a little bit lower than that. Let's see, his total record of opponents is 93-37 for Jared Canyoneer. That's a lot of experience between the people he's fought. All right, here we go. Touch him up. Let's see what we got. Does he go the distance? I don't know. All right, let's go. Here we go. Round one. Touch them up. Got Strickland kind of that standstill mode again. He stay trying to keep the center here. Kind of reacting to everything Jared does. You know, every time Jared throws a feint, there's a jab from Strickland. Doesn't really land. Jared's trying to find his range with his jab. Every time he starts to feint, drop a little level, you can see Sean react to it. So, you know, Sean reacts to that jab. Jared could come over the top with the left. It's a high kick attempt there, blocked from Jared Canyoneer. Okay, he working that little low kick behind the knee. Jared is. Jared switching stances now. Orthodox. Okay, Sean sticking that jab out. Okay, yeah, I'm about at the 330 mark. Oh, right hand with the top there from Jared. So he's Strickland keeping them hands a little too low. He keep throwing that jab out, but every time he bring it back, it's right at his chest. Okay, come on now. Jared still trying to put pressure on Strickland, pumping that jab out. Nothing big yet. Hands are always at his sides too, so you know, Jared need to start homing in, home into the body, then go up to that head. Oh, nice little left there from Jared. Strickland catches that body kick there from Jared. Nice little body shot there from Jared. Going up top, misses with that right hand. Yeah, Jared definitely got the longer arms. I mean, you can see it, man. Ooh, hard kick behind the knee there for Jared. Oh, Strickland lets him get back up. He catches that one kick and then boom, he's back up. Jared rolls right back up. Strickland got the back, but all right, Strickland. Yeah, Jared did fight a heavyweight. Yeah, he looks way better. Looks way better here though. Ooh, hard leg kick there from Jared there. Ooh, Jared's starting to close distance now. I mean, you know, Strickland's still sticking his jab out, but the hands are right at his chest. So the minute Jared can come over the top with his right hand or left hook, could be over. A high kick there, blocked by Strickland. Nice inside leg kick by Jared. Right landed there for Strickland. Another leg low kick there from Jared. Strickland that 1-2 right there. Five seconds. Pretty competitive round. Not a lot of crazy action. I think Jared might have edged it out with his striking. Yeah, so Holly Holm and Yana Sky are fighting March 25th, huh? Well, she did say she was fighting the top 5, so I figured it was Holly. I mean, wasn't going to be Pena or Ketlin Vieira because she already fought Ketlin, right? So Holly and Yana fight March 25th. Sink said he got Strickland 1-0. Okay, I got Canyoneer. Oh, come on. I always have to refresh this thing, man. All right, second round. Here we go. Jab from Strickland. Low kick there from Jared. The right hand's partially blocked by Strickland there. Strickland caught another kick. Every time he catches them kicks, man, Jared go falling back. He got to stop throwing that body kick. He got to stop throwing the body kick because, Strickland's right arm is right there to catch it. Like his chin is wide open, but he's going to catch body kicks. All right, double jab there from Strickland. Oh, nice jab by Strickland there. Strickland fight like he George Foreman or something. Hands kind of down and just kind of lobbing them jabs out. Yeah, Kane gonna have to start closing distance. He's gonna keep eating that jab. That's another jab from Strickland. Ooh, right hand there from Canyoneer. Canyoneer can't get in though. He's trying to push his way in. That jab is still coming from Strickland. Nice leg kick there from Canyoneer. All right, Strickland's kind of measuring his range here. He's kind of finding his home for his jab, and he's making Canyoneer miss. The jab there from Strickland, though. Nice angle turn from Strickland this round. Oh, Jared come over the top of the right hand there. Jabbing the right hand there from Strickland. Keeping him honest, man. Keeping him honest. Front kick to the body from Strickland. Still measuring with that jab, too. It's working. Now he's jabbing with the right a little bit. And they're missing with that right hand. Another jab from Strickland. Yeah, Canyoneer, he's not finding his rhythm this round. See, he keep throwing that body kick. Strickland catches it again, and he has to catch his balance and twirl. Every time he throw that left body kick, he just kind of gets tripped up. Ooh, nice kick there. Ooh, nice kick and a jab. Ooh, good combination with Strickland. He backing Canyoneer up now. Well, Canyoneer, he having trouble adjusting to that jab, man. He can't find a way in. He can't get that rhythm down. 15 seconds left. Yeah, I think this is a Strickland round. Ooh, hard right hand from Jared there. Hard right hand is it, but that was Strickland's round. Look at this jab from the right. He has a southpaw jab on him. Brian said Strickland's already limping. Probably from that leg kick behind the knee. Sink said 2-0. He said he's in a call, Brian. But Stink stay on that call, boy. He must be a telemarketer. All right, waiting on round 3 to start. Here we go, round 3. Now Canyoneer's got to find his rhythm now, man. You got to start timing his right hand over that jab. You got the longer reach. Strickland is only landed 34 to Canyoneer's 32. So it's a close fight. Oh, right hand to the body, but that jab over the top kind of knocks Canyoneer off balance. Canyoneer just trying to kind of march in, but he's eating these strikes. Man, how does somebody in tweeting have Canyoneer win the second round? Come on now. Got it backwards. Ooh, hard jab from from Strickland. After that left body kick. That left body kick from Canyoneer, it's not something I'd recommend. He just needs to stay to the lead leg. The lead leg is red. I mean, it is of Strickland. So that's where Jared needs to keep going. If he tears the lead leg up, it'll slow Strickland down, and then he can land the right hand more. But right now, he's still out of range with the right. See, that's another jab from Strickland. Once you slow that lead leg down, take away his mobility, it's going to be right there. Came up short there. That's a good jab there from Canyoneer. Another good jab from Jared there. But Strickland returning the jab. Strickland ain't really following it up with too many right hands. He just like that jab, man. Nice leg kick there from Jared. Needs another straight punch from Strickland when he tries to enter. Yeah, this is going to be 5 rounds. Yeah, he needs to eat that lead leg. He ain't, there. Ooh, good right hand there from Jared. Oh, hard left right combination from Jerry. Leg kicks 19-0 from Strickland. Ooh, right hand, that right hand over the top, kind of grazed. Ooh, another left right from Canyoneer. Well, he landed on that noggin now. Told you, man, he need to keep slowing that lead leg down. Ooh, good left hook from Jerry. Oh, combination from Strickland, but not much on it. Oh, now Jared reaching. He missed with that combination. He need to stop trying to reach. He need to slow it down and just time him. Go back to that lead leg. First leg kick from Strickland right there. Dang, man, this app keeps on. I got to keep refreshing this thing. I hate it. Come on, here, come on. Okay, here we go. 1 minute left. Got that jab, a front kick from Strickland. All right, Jared trying to punch his way in. Strickland angled out back to the center. Oh, nice right hand to the body from Jared. Attacking the body now, Jared is. Front kick to the body there from Strickland. He pumping his jab out again. I want to see Jared just continuously, hit that lead leg now, man. I give that round goes to Jared, I think. I got a 2-1 for Canyoneer. Yeah, I got a 2-1 for Canyoneer. Yeah, that was a clear Jared round. Here we go, round 4. Yep. All right, Strickland going back to his jab and little pity pat punches. And Canyoneer got anything for that? Yeah, southpaw stance. He switches back. Nice jab there from Strickland. Oh, hard right hand from Strickland as Jared comes in, misses it. He's off the mark. Those little pity pat punches, staying in the face of Canyoneer. That's where he falls behind. See, when he throwing him out, he need to be hitting that lead leg. There's a good kick. There's a good kick from Jared. Good jab up top from Jared. See, every time he starts using the leg kick again, that's when he starts to have more success up top. They're trying to push him back. Ooh, hard leg kick there from Jerry. You can hear that jump, boy. You can hear him now. All right, jab to the chest there from Jared. Strickland not really following his jab up with like a hard right. There he tries, but double jab, and then it scrapes across Jared's head. Ooh, hard jab there from Jared. Jared can't get by that jab, man. That 1-2 boy keeping him back again. That jab is snapping in his face. Ooh, good right hand there, Jared. Yeah, especially with how they keep counting their numbers, man. I don't they don't really count like that. Oh, right hand there from Jared. Then he goes to the body as well. Upstairs and to the body. Now he picking it up. He got 2 minutes to work, and he got to start landing some big shots here. So he'll switch back and forth. His stances, trying to see him just set one position and try to work with it. Oh, hard right hand there from Strickland. They're just off the mark in there, man. Come on now, Jared need to go back to what he's doing. That right hand, left hook. That right hand, left hook combination was working. Got to start stinging that lead leg again. Right hand over that left from Canyoneer. Now he's pushing action again. 45 seconds. Strickland trying to clinch up here. These underhooks trying to slow it down. Pushes off, goes back to the center. That's what Cheyanne Vlismas should have did. When she clinched up, she should have pushed back like that and go back to the center. Nice little kick to the gut there from Strickland. Ooh, hard right. Hard left, right, left from Jared. Well, only 15 seconds left, man. He better work. I don't know. Is that enough to take the round? What do y'all think? I think, Strickland just kind of outlanded him. He waiting, man. Yeah, Chin. It's like he's fighting to not get KO, but at the same time not get a KO. He's throwing just jabs and no really hard right hands. Like, he's denying himself a KO at the same time he worried about getting KO'd, and that's not good. When Jared, when he lets go, he has success. That's why I'm like, why does he keep waiting till the round's about over? It's like he knows the round is over and he's losing. So if he would land early, he probably could get a knockout. I don't know, man. I don't know. Going into the last round, these guys are pity patting. Yeah. Out here pity patting. All right, last round, y'all. I think I got it tied up. All right. Hard kick there from Jared. He eating them jabs again. Ooh, right hand over the left hand again of Strickland. He ate that right hand. Left hook there from Strickland. Yeah, he's not the killer tonight, no. That lead leg is right there to be, chopped down, and he's not chopping it down enough. A good jab to the body. Ooh. Because that right hand buzzed him, man. Strickland hurt him. He knocked him off balance. He ate a left and a right there. Yeah, Canyoneer off balance. If he don't pick it up in like by the 2-minute mark, he gonna lose this one. And Strickland ain't even doing much. Strickland is just like keeping his range, sticking the jab out. But when Canyoneer actually turns it up, he has success. He's actually in the position to get a hit, a knockout. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Sean. That's what I said earlier, Brian. He's fighting like George Foreman. Ooh, good right hand from Jerry. He's fighting like George Foreman. Now, all Sean is doing is just flicking his jab out. Ooh, hard right hand by Jerry. Good jab by Jerry. He ain't following up, though. That was a good right hand. Two of them. He didn't follow up. Yeah. Sean's lobbing them George Foreman punches. Good right hand to the body there from Jared. Yeah, Jared trying to push now and create that. Ooh, good left right from Jared. He might win this round. He's hurting him now. Yeah, Sean looked like he's a little bit worried now. Nose is bleeding, I think. Come on. Ooh, good sharp jab from Jared. Follow up. Another sharp jab from Jared. Yeah, his nose is busted. Ooh, hard right hand from Jared. Canyoneer landing now. But he letting Strickland come back. 1-2 from Strickland. Strickland bleeding now. You can see him kind of breathing out his mouth a little bit. He just throwing shots out too. He just kind of flicking them. So Jared needed to just like step on the gas. It's less than 2 minutes now. Oh, sharp jab there from sharp jab and a left hook from Strickland. Look at them George Foreman punches that Strickland throwing out there, man. They slow, man. You gotta go in there and get it. Yeah, it's about to be close. I mean, look at the number. We can look at that number. Good sharp jab from Jared. And he got a little bloody stash going on now. Got a little Hitler mustache going on for Strickland. Yeah, 6 Jared ain't Jared today, man. Oh, look at this getting wild now. Jared with his spinning back fist off the mark by a mile. A left hook. He need to go back to the right hand. Just stick the right hand out. They say it's the last card of the year. They ain't fighting too hard. Or they're going to fight in spurts. 50 seconds left. Yeah, this is a lackluster fight of the year, man. Especially when the opportunity is there, man. They ain't getting it. Jerry got a chance to get a big knockout of the year here. If he just put all his weight in a couple shots, man, he might get KO of the year, but I don't know. Jerry with that body punch. 25 seconds left, y'all. Strickland's okay. Strickland just kind of spun him around and landed anything. Oh, hard right hand from Jared. Follow up. 10 seconds left. 10, 9, 8. Strickland letting go now. I don't know where that was earlier, but he ain't been letting it go. I gave it to Jared. Uppercut would be money, yeah. Nobody's really like even close to making an adjustment like that. Oh man, yeah, that was kind of not like boring, but disappointing when you see the potential. Oh boy. Let me see. I gotta place an order here real quick. Let's see. Thursday. Let's come on Wednesday, Tuesday. Oh, that's all come together on Tuesday. Yeah, that'll work. I'm going to do this. Should get that. All right, there we go. Some good right hands, but the thing is, Strickland, he kind of rolls back with it. So when he does that, he has to go follow it with like a left hook or another straight punch like a jab. Yeah, not the fireworks we expected, not at all. Wasn't a bad fight, see? It definitely wasn't a bad fight. I guess I wanted more. Uh-oh. Split decision. You know Jerry won. Yeah. I can't believe it was a split decision, though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Shin. Where was that at? Well, he agrees. He said, I thought I had it 3-2. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was 3-2. I mean, maybe it's a wake-up call for him when that happens, because now it's going to make him say, I got to step my game up. You know what I mean? Right. All right, yo. So, not like the greatest main event for the last card of the year, but it's a UFC Fight Night card. Hopefully, we kick the next year off right. I mean, Valismus, she got owned on the ground for the most part. BJ was happy about that, right? He was very happy about that. But hey, yeah, I mean, it's a learning curve for these fighters out here. Cory McKenna doesn't mind making adjustments. You know, thinks she's more so on her path to being well-rounded. But Valismus got to work on her thing. Got to work on her ground game, man. Her takedown defense as well. Zama said, what a Strickland fight that it was. Yeah, Strickland made it his type of fight, right? Him and Robert Whitaker fought, right? When did they fight? Like a year ago or something like that? 2 years ago? And yeah, I think Robert Whitaker boxed him pretty easy. But he got to keep working towards it. He said something about a title fight again. Not right now. I think I need to see Jared at least, get 4 in a row before he gets another title shot. Or maybe 3. Maybe 3. What do you think about that? Jared Canyoneer got to win 3 in a row. before he screamed title shot. I mean, that's what Robert Whitaker had to do, right? I think it's only fair. Because he did beat Brunson, and he beat Gastelum, and he lost to Izzy. So get him like 3 in a row. He got this one against Strickland. Okay, y'all. So that is the last UFC Fight Night card of the year and the last fight companion for me for the year. We'll see how the new year kicks off. What's the first card of January, anyways? Is it that Lauren Murphy fight card? Let me see. January 2023. What is it looking like? Still to be determined. Okay, no. Yeah. What's his name? Imavov versus Galston. That's the first card of the year, January 14th. Okay. They said no round was unanimous for either fighter. Wow. Yes, I mean, we were all kind of disagreeing with, what Sink said he gave Strickland round 1. I know I gave Canyoneer round 1. And then when you look at 2 and 3, I guess somebody's looking at the jabs and the right hands of Strickland. I thought he won those rounds clearly, Canyoneer. But I guess all 3 judges were just like, I'm not sure. It's like, we just going to put it this way, put it that way. That's crazy. Okay, so the first WMMA fight we have for January, first and only on the Galston card, is Ketlin Vieira and Rocky Pennington. Rocky Pennington trying to get her a title shot if she wins that fight. I know y'all excited about that fight, right? That's the only one we have for that whole card. That's crazy. So on the main card, what about, Andrade and Lauren Murphy, they're on the second card of the year, the 21st. Kenta said that fight was suck. That's the only WMMA fight on the card. Canyoneer was advancing the whole fight. Judges value that. Yeah. Brian said he's always excited to see Rocky fight. Yeah, I think she's a pretty good boxer. Pretty good boxer. Good clinch fighter. I was impressed with her win over Macy Chiasson. Let's see if she does it to Ketlin next year. So that's about a month without the UFC, because today's the 17th. So we don't get a card for the next 1, 2, 3, 4 weekends, y'all. So the UFC is going to be out for a month. Maybe I'll take a month off then. No, there's always something to talk about, even stuff just coming up. Yeah, because today's the 17th. The next card comes back in 1, 2, 3, 4 weekends. That's crazy. All right, y'all. But yeah, that's about it for tonight. I'm going to wrap this one up. Enjoyed calling this fight with y'all for last one of 2022. We'll see if we do another one to kick off in January if there's any really exciting fights. But shout out to everybody that came on. Six, Brian, BJ. Even though BJ was salty about Valismus again, it's all good. It's all good. Strickland looked like Canyoneer's sparring partner in there tonight. Yeah, he did. He really did. Like, he was just giving him work. You know. But I'm done. Y'all hit that like button. And Brian said take your time. He said take your vacation time was 5. Yeah, you're right. It's like a month, right? Maybe I'll take a week off. Maybe I'll take this week off coming up. It's a pretty laid back week. I'll come back the last week of December. I might do that. I just might do that. But yeah, hit the subscribe if you haven't. And the like button as always. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Comma Breaking 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.